Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. So cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the world. Bonus bullies right in your breadbasket. I am here with a very special episode, and I am joined by our long-lost friend, the man who used Fortnite to get himself free wrestling lessons and then just moved hours away. An amazing golfer.
Thank you.
Not very, what do you call it when you're on time? Punctual. Not very punctual. The anti-punctual punk. Phil.
Good, I like that.
A.K.A. Prince Havoc.
Hello. I'm back. I'm alive again. I know people thought I died, but I'm here. Hey Steve in the chat. Hey Urka. Hey Brian. Hello everyone. Hey Pat. How's life?
Yo, life
it's been a while.
Life is all right. We decided to do this last minute. Is that a Four Loko?
Yeah.
Low Life Louie Jr., ladies and gentlemen. What kind of Four Loko is that? Is that like America pop?
Oh yeah, it's exactly that. Because USA, it's like America time and stuff. So had to represent.
It is. We're getting to America time. You know what's funny? Are you trying to kind of show your allegiance for Forbidden Door? Like you're like USA all the way. Did you root for all the American wrestlers?
Exactly. You understand. Even though they were in Canada, still. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was America versus Japan in Canada.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's amazing. What have you been up to? Let's before we get into the Forbidden Door, because last night we called each other.
Yeah.
Right about the time that Kenny Omega got dropped directly on his head, like the Rick and Morty episode where the lightsaber goes straight down and directly into the core of the earth. That's the angle at which Kenny Omega got dropped his head. And right around there, we both texted each other. And we were like, yo, this shit is pretty fucking crazy, isn't it? And I was like, you know what, Phil? We should do a fucking review.
Yep, and now we're here. Look at it. And it actually happened. It wouldn't have happened with me. It actually happened this time. So.
Well, what did I tell you?
Cool.
I said, Phil, I'll do this. But you can't flake on me. I can't take another disappointment this week.
Yeah, I know. And I'm here for you, man.
I'm hanging by a thread, Phil.
I know.
You know.
I know.
Shout out everybody watch, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow to the main show, the Pangea of Blvd Bullies. It's its own organism now. I have no control over it. It's Blvd Bullies versus the world tomorrow, 7 p.m. on YouTube. I think that we should do this more often. Me and you should get together.
I agree. I think we should. It's a good little thing.
The idea of having the opinion of the youth of the nation. Can you tell our audience what year you were born?
2001, I think. Yeah.
9/11, baby.
No.
You think
No.
you were born in 2001?
No, I was born in 2001, and I'm
Okay.
pre 9/11. Thank you very much. There's a huge difference between people that were born before 9/11 and after 9/11. You can tell it, and that's why we get along, because I was born
Right.
before 9/11.
You lived through 9/11, so we get along.
It was a tough time. I'm not gonna lie, but
it was
we
very
made it
hard
through.
for you.
Everything's okay. Yeah.
You know what's weird? Like, my name is Patrick, and I was born in December. So I was thinking, I was born in middle December. If I retrace my steps 9 months, my parents probably had sex on St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
They're two Irish folk. They went out. They had sex on St. Patrick's Day, you know? So if you were
definitely
born in, so if you go September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. If you were born in June of 2002, your parents are terrible people, because that means that they made a baby during 9/11 month.
That's true. Oh my God, you're right.
So if you know
You're so
somebody
right.
from June, you talk about star signs, astral signs. If your parents had sex and got pregnant in September of 2001, you're doomed. You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
That's been the show tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, let's watch Tony Khan again real quick. No, let's
Great guy.
not. Let's not. You love Tony
Goofy
Khan.
guy. I love him. He's so strange and goofy. He's great.
He is great.
He's the best.
Thank you for all your great support. I feel truly that tonight will be a great night of great wrestling, maybe even the greatest night of the greatest wrestling. And
God.
It's going to be great. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
He's awesome. I love him. He's my idol.
You love him.
I want him to be my boss one day.
He would be like a dope boss. He's like
Right?
like if he was the manager of any job, that job would be the best job.
Dude, literally. I agree. He's that guy. I met him. He gave me a fist bump.
You met him.
Yeah, when I went to AEW in like Connecticut or whatever. He's like on the guardrail and he's giving me a fist bump. I was like, oh, cool.
Nice. Were his hands clammy? Were his knuckles hairy?
Yeah, very. His knuckles were clammy, actually.
His knuckles were clammy and his palms were hairy.
Yeah. He's that kind of guy.
He is a wacky, wild guy.
I love him though.
And he
You
had
can't,
this.
you can't not love him.
You can't not love him. You know, it's true. Like at first, when you think that AEW is going to be a serious thing, it's like you kind of get outraged at first, but then like when you settle in and kind of realize what it is, it's like, man, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you been watching his like new promos? His like, they kind of like settled him down. They put him in front of like the green screen now, and he goes,
I haven't.
"Hi guys," and he's like,
I haven't seen it.
somebody is coaching him very heavily because he almost, aside from his like headlight eyeballs,
Yeah.
he is really just like the like somebody's obviously heavily coaching him because he seems human in these videos, like the huge announcements.
Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like some sort of like a robot. He gives robot.
See, I kind of feel bad because everybody says that he does like a lot of cocaine or Adderall or whatever, but I just think that he's
Really?
like he's he's probably like on the spectrum in a way, you know. So I feel like we're being mean. We're being mean.
Yeah, maybe we are being mean. I love him, but I'm not being mean. I like the guy a lot. I just you know, you wonder these things, you know, it's just conversation. It's
Do
not
you
mean.
think that he is aware? You think he's self-aware? What do you think his percentage of self-awareness of like how memeable he is?
Oh, he has to be aware. Like he's the owner of AEW and literally everyone ever has made a meme of him. He has to be aware.
Yeah,
he just
but
must not. I don't know. Maybe he like. I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. Maybe he never got bullied. and it like gave him confidence.
Well, he
like,
said that
knows
his
what he's
dad
doing.
bought him tickets to like the original ECW arena. His dad
Ooh,
definitely
that's
sent
cool.
like private security with him. He definitely had like bodyguards with him, and he like
Yeah, he
arrived.
definitely had a he definitely had to own like little private booth made
Yeah.
for that day in the ECW arena.
Or he had like plainclothes officers like surrounding him. Like they weren't wearing like TK security or Jacksonville Jaguars uniforms, but they were around.
Yeah.
And he
yeah.
arrived in like a blacked out Lincoln Continental.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, come on. I don't know.
I don't know. He's like cool. He's like I like him though. He's cool. Like he's not like a horrible person. He's just a little funny.
Yeah.
And we're all a little funny.
Yo, I guess that's true. And he's not funny in like an aggressive, this guy's probably an asshole way. Like he's
Yeah.
just a little goofy.
Yeah, exactly.
He smoked all of that one wrestler's weed though, apparently. Swole. He smoked all of Swole's weed.
What?
You don't
Really?
remember this? Dude, it was
No.
years ago when your hit show, revolutionary
show.
YouTube wrestling show Fight Geist was on the air.
I don't
I'm
remember.
surprised
what that
surprised
is.
you didn't cover it. You know, all the great
I don't
athletes
think we covered
remember
it.
every at-bat they ever had. How dare you not remember every Fight Geist conversation?
God, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
But
I
so,
don't even remember the show. I don't even know what you're talking about.
all right, so let me
That's
start
that's
very
Chris Benoit to me.
let me start very slowly. We're giving Fight Geist the Chris Benoit treatment. Wow, incredible. Okay, so let me just start slow. Do you know who the wrestler Big Swole is?
Yes, I know her.
When Britt Baker, early AEW days, when Britt Baker was in a wheelchair, she like pushed Britt Baker's wheelchair off of something.
Yeah.
You know, she was like the MVP of the pandemic days where like the wrestlers were in the crowd. She was always like headbanging and doing too much, like going off too hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So Big Swole. So Tony Khan doesn't like, confrontation.
Okay.
You can surmise through putting stories together and connecting the dots that Tony Khan doesn't like confrontation because when a wrestler is no longer going to be used, or when WWE would say creative doesn't have anything for him, pal, Tony Khan just kind of ghosts you. He just kind of stops texting you. Like when you're a wrestler that he's booking, he's like texting you personally.
Right.
And he's like your best friend and he's like smoking your weed. But
Wow.
then when he doesn't have anything for you or he like realizes you suck or whatever happens, he just ghosts you because he doesn't like confrontation. You know, he's like, he doesn't want to tell somebody that they suck, you know?
That's great. I love him.
So when that happened, Big Swole went on a podcast and on Twitter. She took to Twitter and she said, I thought me and Tony Khan were friends. He smoked my weed. I let him smoke. I smoked him up. And I thought we were friends. And he hasn't been texting me back about creative.
Really? That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Where was I when all this is happening? That's crazy. You know who I thought about today? Marco Stunt. I looked him up. Apparently he got released like a year ago. I didn't even realize.
Oh, he got released and I don't know if it was him or his brother were in some like weird call out type of thing.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently the Stunt brothers are little sexual demons, little Tasmanian devils with,
No way. Oh my god.
little tiny boners running around. Apparently, allegedly.
Is that why I haven't heard of that? That's why I like completely forgot about them, and they fell off the face of the earth. Is that why?
Well, it's funny because it's like, oh, well, Jungle Boy is being held back by Marco Stunt because he sucks. It's like, no, actually, Jungle Boy sucks as well. So who would have thought? Who would have thought? Jungle Boy also sucks.
Oh man.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I knew he was going to turn heel. Before we get into AEW, I want to hear about your wrestling training. You're still at it? Because I want to be the person who books you versus Jay Finn in a match.
Oh, me, Jay Finn. Oh yeah, we had a match. We had a little dark match on ICW that one time.
Well, you
Were
didn't
you
really
there
have
for
a
that?
match as much as you guys just like
No, we didn't actually have a
stormed
match.
the ring like little marks
Yeah.
and did like a little drop down, step over, leapfrog.
He threw me through a door. That was fun.
Threw
That
you
was
through
a
a
good
door?
time.
And
Yeah.
I think he threw a chair at your head too.
Oh no, I was throwing chairs at him. That was fun. No, yeah, me and him definitely need to have a match. No, training is good. Like I still go, of course. Like I'm not like not going. It's a good time. Just gotta keep training more, keep working out. I gained weight, Pat.
Do you go? I don't care. Do you go and set up? How much do you weigh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. How much do you wrestling weigh?
230.
Yeah, right. Come on, you can't put on like 80 pounds in wrestling weight. I was saying you add 10. You know?
Add 10.
Like,
yeah, and I'm 6'3".
No, you got to wear like the Darby Allin lifts, dude. You got to wear like.
Does he wear lifts?
Yo, he wears like Frankenstein shoes, dude.
I gotta look. I thought he just wore the regular things.
I think a lot of your favorite wrestlers wear lifts, actually.
No, yeah, I think they do. No, honestly, most of them do. Most of them wear lifts and then lie about their height. They add like 3 inches to the lift.
Right, you gotta add. And then it's of course.
And then you see them like on the Jera cruise, and you're like, wait a minute, barefoot, and you're like, huh?
Yeah. They're in a 2-foot pool and it's up to their waist.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna be one of those wrestlers. Yeah. Exactly.
Well,
no shame.
I totally recommend. Obviously, when you put in the lifts, well, here's what you do. I know a lot of people don't wear wrestling boots anymore, but you either get wrestling boots or you know what? You could probably gimmick a pair of Air Force Ones or Dunks. Like that Nike sole is pretty thick, so you might be able to put like 1.5 inches on that custom.
Yeah.
And then put another 1.5 inches in a lift inside.
Jesus Christ.
So now all of a sudden you got 3 inches, and you can add another 3 inches because wrestling science.
Yeah, exactly. Wrestling science, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Listen, I'm basically going to be like 6'4", 200 pounds on TV. No one will know. I'll just hide. Like, I'll never go outside so people can't see my real height, you know?
Yeah.
If I go to a meet and greet, I'm sitting down, and I'm just going to always have someone work my leg in the ring right before a meet and greet, so I have to be in a wheelchair.
Wow, good. I was going to say, maybe your wrestling gimmick should just be you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly.
Roll at them. 3 inches from the sun. Shout out, Steve. Thanks for tuning in. I knew that Steve would tune in for you, Prince. I knew that it would draw him to the show. I looked on your Instagram. You're also playing music. I feel like I saw a photo because obviously I asked you to send me a photo of yourself for the flyer, and you no-sold me. So I had to go on your Instagram. I had to screenshot a photo. I had to transparent background it. Made me do all the work. But as I was scrolling through the photos, I saw that you were lead singing. You're living out your Chris Jericho fantasies.
Yeah. No, that was like last year. I just like my friend has a band, and like she put me on stage like twice to like scream with her in her song, and it was fun. It was at the Chance in Poughkeepsie, and it was a pretty fun time.
That's not a big deal. The Chance is a very, very famous, storied venue. Hollowed halls.
Yeah. You know who played there?
Everyone. Literally Throwdown and everyone else.
But do you know the most important band that played there? That played there every Christmas?
Every Christmas. There was a Chance Christmas
around Christmas time.
I mean, I feel like you're going to say Steel Panther.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because of course you're going to say
the most important
you weren't
band
giving
to
me
ever
trivia.
play.
You weren't giving me trivia. You were just saying what your favorite band did.
Yeah. The most important band to play at the Chance now. That's nice. I was able to share the stage with the Chance. Steel Panther in spirit.
You know how many times Every Time I Die has played the Chance? Every band that I loved from my youth played the Chance.
Yeah, no, actually, like everyone's really played it. Like there's so many people that's played it, and it's so small too. It's a tiny little. How much
older am I than you? 16 years?
I don't know. How old are you?
37.
All right, I'm 22.
15 years.
All right, not bad.
No, actually, 41 down. Thank you. Honored member, 41 down. 41 down, this is Phil. Young boy Phil, Prince Havoc, 15 years younger than me. We're doing a little bit different vibe. It's a family-friendly episode, even though I already smoked weed and I already said that your gimmick should be that you're in a wheelchair. It's more family-friendly, and we're basically talking about... You're drinking a Four Loko.
Family-friendly, yeah.
Family-friendly, USA... episode, and we're talking about Forbidden Door because we always used to argue about AEW.
Oh yeah,
because you're young,
dude. We argued so much. Oh my god. on like Fight Guys or like, oh my god, remember those trivias and stuff? That was like
The what guys? You had your own podcast where it was you and your young friend who basically has gone on to be a big time radio disc jockey.
Yeah, apparently. And he's been no-selling me. I hit him up like 3 times.
John. No,
Jack.
that's not Jack. It's Jack.
He's been no-selling me, bro.
Jack Benoit, no selling you. Yeah, he's moved on. He's interviewing the fucking bands that sound like the Strokes that he likes.
Oh my god, that was the worst. I hated.
He looks down on you and your Steel Panther.
And I look down on him and his Strokes.
And that's what made the show great. And that's what's going to make this show great because you love the young bucks. You love the younger wrestlers. You have a loving heart towards AEW, and I am a cranky old man.
Yeah, basically. That's a good way to sum it up.
So, give me a percentage of how much of the show you watched, because
Forbidden Door.
Yes.
Like a calm 90. Like I pretty much watched the whole thing. It would cut out sometimes because I had like a, well, I bought it legally, but
right,
my
of
internet
course,
was bad.
Of course we did.
It was cutting out. Yeah.
We bought it legally. By the way, sponsored by Bake Live. Shout out. But the normal channels were unreliable to say the least.
Yeah.
It was really choppy because usually it's like every so often you got to refresh, close all the pop-ups. You got to trick the pop-ups, close them so you get the sound going. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
But then, boom, disabled. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. But then we had a solid link.
We did. We sure did. God, we did.
Wow.
Man, we had a solid link.
Luckily, what we're talking about is that we both used our Verizon accounts to order it on pay-per-view. And luckily, we had somebody who we knew at Verizon who helped us rectify the situation for the thing that we paid for.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Exactly. That's obviously what happened. And yeah, it was I missed the ending of CM Punk. I had to rewatch it later. My internet was acting up and then the stream cut out and then next thing you know, boom. I just hear Cult of Personality playing and I'm like, "Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That really sucks."
Well, especially when your cable outages of the thing that you paid for are so frequent. It's like kind of a bummer because you could literally have it cut out, and then after you go through the whole process to get it back on, the music's playing, and that was you had the doomsday scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Doomsday, exactly. Huh. The old D. I had it. It happened.
Do you want to talk about the pre-show on this show?
What was on the pre-show? Tell me. Did you watch it? I didn't watch it.
No,
Did anyone watch it
either.
In the chat? I don't know. I didn't watch it.
By the way, if you have a question, we're not going to hold you to super chat. If you have a question about the show, you want us to talk about something as we go through it, ask our opinions. I'm going to be hovering over the chat. You don't have to super chat. That's tomorrow. This is just for our fun viewers here at Blvd Bullies.
Yeah.
Billy
Urka,
Stark,
yeah. Oh, I just want to reply to Urka. Yeah, Jack still watches wrestling from what I heard. And Steve said stroke this. And I thought that was really funny. That's something I wanted to point out. I might super chat stroke this myself.
Why? I don't get it.
Because it's so funny. Well, we were talking about the strokes.
Oh.
How I don't like the strokes. And he's like, stroke this. That's funny. Thank you, Steve, for a great comment.
So, you saw the Tony Khan clip. I guess Christian and Luchasaurus wrestled on the pre-show. Give me an opinion about Kane, Luchasaurus, and Christian. The one detail that I like about it is that Luchasaurus is the champion and Christian carries around the belt. I think Christian is fucking great, actually. Also, very memeable as well because he hates dead parents. If you have a dead parent, he is going to talk about it, and he will only work with people with dead parents. God bless him. So what do you think about this whole thing with him?
I don't know. I love Christian. I think it's weird that he's here because I mean I know he returned like a while ago, but it's still weird to me. Like all these people that have returned that were like never gonna wrestle again, it's still like weird to me in a way, and I'm like, oh, it's so cool. And the fact that he's Christian Cage, it's like it's sick. But yeah, I like what he's doing. I've never not liked him. He won me over back in like 2011 or whatever with that Randy Orton stuff, and ever since then I've just been a fan of him. I think he's awesome. I think he's great. And Luchasaurus is like funny guy.
He's also silly and funny. Let me ask you this. this is before you were born, but have you
Okay.
ever seen the clips of Edge and Christian 5-second pose? And
yeah, of course.
more specifically, when they had the kazoos. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
would like kazoo the people's entrance musics. You think you know me. You think you know me. Have you seen those clips?
Oh yeah, of course. That's the best. I love that stuff. It's so funny. It's so funny.
That is by far Christian's best work when he's going like, when Kurt Angle's like, guys, leave me alone, I gotta think. He's like, well, what if we play your entrance music? Yeah, amazing,
That's
incredible
great.
stuff. Yeah,
Good times.
a long and storied career for Christian.
Yeah,
I
he's
kind of
awesome.
hate Kane Dino douche.
Really? Do you actually? I like him.
Yeah, I'm kind of like not into him.
Really, I think he's interesting. Like his moveset and stuff. It's pretty cool. And
Well,
he looks
he's like
cool.
another like Brian Cage, Lance Archer type, where he's like a big guy. He's like the Dirk Nowitzki of wrestling. They're like big guys who could shoot the long jumper. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
could do the backflip.
And you know what? There's a lot of them now.
There is a lot of them, and you know you got to give them credit because can you imagine like Bronson Reed trying to get on a plane to go somewhere?
Yeah, it's
You know,
true.
He's my favorite. I say Bronson Reed because he's my favorite. He reminds me of like Bam Bam.
Oh, really?
I kind of like him.
I can see that. I can see that. I
His
never thought
splash,
about
like the splash off the top, is so dope. And you know what's cool about it? The way he does it. It's like everything that you do, even your walk, has to be in a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you have to have Bronson Reed walk 1 and 2 if you really want to be like a bajillionaire, right? So the way that he does the top rope splash, it's like the same way every time. And he starts with the foot on like the second rope and then the other foot on the top rope and he like vaults off. You know what I'm saying? He like steps off. And that's like so dope. It's such a small, dope detail that makes him great. But I digress.
Yeah. No, he's cool. I never really thought of him like comparing him to like Bam. Like now I'm never gonna forget that. Now it's gonna be in my head.
Well, I was thinking that before, but then, you know, obviously he donned the flames. He donned the flame singlet as if to say, like, think of Bam Bam. Yes, please. He, like, saw somebody say it on Twitter, and he was like, boom, I gotta fucking...
He saw you say it on Twitter, and he was like, oh yeah.
I wish. But anyway, I guess the point of that story about a non-AEW guy is that Luchasaurus, although mildly interesting, especially for kids, masked, spooky guys are cool for kids.
Right.
You know, he doesn't have like a thing like that. Like, and that's my argument with even like the Bucks in a way, even though they're much better. It's like their signature stuff is just that they do all the stuff. So like Luchasaurus doesn't have like a thing that I think of that makes him like dope that he does in the ring. He just does like spin kicks and weird things that everybody else does, you know?
All right, I see what you're saying. I mean, the Young Bucks. I don't know what you're talking about there, but
All right,
yeah.
we'll get into it later. Give me this real quick. Upon their returns, two legends, Edge or Christian. They're both working again. They're both in two separate companies. They're both old. Christian looks much younger than Edge does. Edge looks very old.
He does look kind of old. I'm not gonna lie. And his hair, dude, I don't know, man. When his hair was long, it was getting me so mad. Like it looked like it needed to be like conditioned or something. You know what I'm saying?
His like fuzzy flat top is the worst.
Yeah. Oh, that is. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it all. He should retire.
Right, like
No, I
Christian
love
has
Edge.
nice hair
Oh.
still.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Edge's hair. Like what is he doing that it's like that it looks like that? And then it's like on top of all that, it's like Edge cut his hair and it looked like he like was at a party and someone like bet like he lost the bet and he had to cut his hair and someone just took a bunch of scissors and went like that. It had no like
he lost
cut
a
to
bad haircut bet or something.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Christian
it looked like
has
he
much
lost the hair
nicer.
versus hair match. That's what, and he just kept.
And it's
walking
like
around with it.
he's like coming back a little bit. It's like growing
Yeah.
back. Christian
I
has
know.
much nicer hair.
Beautiful hair. Love
Beautiful,
Christian.
beautiful. But you don't forget that Edge has been back and doing like dope shit for longer than Christian. Like Edge had the whole Randy Orton thing. He had the
oh my
Royal
God.
Rumble return.
You know how much I went hard for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so good. 2019, the greatest match that's ever been wrestled. That's what they billed it as. And then they had like the 45-minute pandemic empty arena thing or whatever.
Yeah, so fun.
So Edge was like doing that. Then he got hurt. Then he came back. He started the Judgment Day. I mean, the way he sold the kick in the balls is so bad. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I know.
And then he goes like he grabs his balls, and he's like in pain. And then he goes. Then as he's falling from the ball pain, like slowly, he looks at Dom and he goes, "Why? You kicked me right in my balls." Oh, that was so bad.
Oh man, I love wrestling. It's so great.
Yeah, that's why I like chatting with you, because you love wrestling just the same, and it makes me realize the good things about it. So there are possible positives to chatting with you, despite what the chat may say.
Oh God, I haven't even. What has the chat been saying?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to make you paranoid.
Oh God.
All right, hey, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please become a member. Tuesday, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Larry Legend, Brian Ginsberg, Ringside Sean, Schlack, Tarzan Man, loaded show tomorrow. You gotta be there. And then on Friday, members only, live stream, Blvd Bullies barbecue, disasters. Phil, do you want to come to the barbecue?
What time is it on Friday?
It's in the day. It's 11. 12.
Oh, 11.
1,
oh, really?
2.
Where?
It's like 12 to 4 in an undisclosed location in New Jersey.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say where. Yeah, send me the location and let me know. Oh, well, I'll let you know. I want to see how far it is from me. It might be relatively close.
Well, what I predict, that's what I'm saying. It could be close.
No.
And you are a man that's used to driving large distances now.
That's true.
Because you're an upstate boy.
Yeah.
It's like 10 miles to the 7-Eleven.
Basically. No, luckily it's not too far, the 7-Eleven. But yeah. It's brutal. You can't get food at like 9:00.
Right. Oh man, Uber Eats, $10 delivery charge everything around you.
Yeah.
Wow. What's like the closest Wendy's? Is there like a 24-hour
Oh,
Wendy's?
dude, the closest.
If you're like Wendy's... Palisades Mall.
No, Wendy's is actually the only thing that's really open. Like late at night. I think it's open till like 2 or 3, and it's like 15 minutes for me, maybe. 15, 20 minutes, maybe.
Yikes. That's like an eat in your car situation.
Yeah.
It's like drive there, eat in your car.
It's kind of a little sketchy area, too. It's a little sketchy place, that little Wendy's. It's nice. It reminds me of home.
All right, we're going to get into AEW Forbidden Door, and we're going to go match by match, and we're going to talk about it. However, more important than Forbidden Door, the only thing that I really fucking care about.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
I know what you're going to say.
We did not share any notes, so do you really know what I'm going to say?
I think I know. Do you want me to say what
I want you to say it.
I think you're going to talk about AEW Fight Forever.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to.
Exactly, yeah.
Because what links the generations? What can bond two friends who are 15 years apart in age? Golf?
Yes.
Wrestling?
Yes.
And video games.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And what better than a wrestling video game or a golf video game?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you were not born in the pre-9/11 world where you could just plug 4 controllers into an N64 and play any of the 4 classic wrestling video games. WCW versus NWO World Tour. WCW versus NWO World Tour 2 Revenge. WWE. What was first? WrestleMania 2000.
Warzone.
Warzone was on PlayStation. We're talking about N64 exclusives.
Warzone was on exclusives.
We're talking about N64 exclusives.
Okay.
And WWE No Mercy. See, WWE, they knew even back then that those WCW wrestling video games were the shit, and they were just like, here's a whole bunch of money. Make them our video games now. And oh my God.
So good. So good.
So apparently, Now, do I trust AEW and Tony Khan and Kenny Omega as far as a wrestling startup company that I want to root for? No.
I trust Kenny Omega with my life.
But do I trust Kenny Omega to tell a whole bunch of people how to make a wrestling game exactly like No Mercy? I think I do. Do I support AEW as a video game IP more than a wrestling TV show? Yes. Yes, I do. And you know what? I'm not afraid to admit it live right here on the air and in front of you, Phil, all our viewers and members. I pre-ordered it. Deluxe edition.
Oh, yeah.
$71.99. And that's why I did it. Because usually a deluxe is $110, $90 at least. Right?
True.
So I was like, look at these startup wrestling video game fucking heroes making a game that they want me, the guy who was born before 9/11, to play. And I was like, you know what? Wow. And they discounted it from 90 to 71. You know what? Take my money. I want to check out your game. I want to be there on day one. I want to support you as a wrestling video game company more than I want to support you as a wrestling company. Phil, give me your take.
Dude, I'm really hoping that it will be... I mentioned this to you. I'm hoping that it'll be a mixture of No Mercy, Shut Your Mouth. I mean, I know for some people it's Here Comes the Pain. Personally, I like Shut Your Mouth better than Here Comes the Pain. I don't care. So I'm hoping that it's like, No Mercy, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain era in like SmackDown vs. Raw 06-07. I feel like it's going to be like a low combination of all those, and it's going to be awesome. I mean, there's mini games and everything, dude. Like, there's like, oh my God, I heard you told me that there was barbed wire and stuff like that.
Well,
like,
you told me you didn't even watch anything about it. You were just reading about it, but you haven't watched any of like the ads or the gameplay or the previews. Nothing.
I want to be surprised. I just read what was included in the deluxe edition. But something I miss with video games I want to mention is like back in the, I mean, not back in the, like a few years ago, whatever, every WWE game I would pre-order like the deluxe edition, but it was like a real deluxe edition. It wasn't like, oh, you get to play as Bad Bunny and get this cool My Career card or whatever the hell. Like, it was actually cool. Like, you would get a giant like little figurine, autograph stuff, like little memorabilia, and I miss that. Like, no one does that anymore. There's no wrestling game, no game really that I know that actually has a physical deluxe edition that comes with a bunch of cool stuff, and I miss that. But,
have you ever been in your life to a midnight release?
Yeah, for GTA 5 and a couple Call of Duties back in the day.
Now, was it your dad who wanted to get them and you were just there with him, or did he take you? You must have been like 15 at the time.
No, yeah, I was like younger actually. What do you call it? For the Call of Duties, like the Call of Duties, like Modern Warfare, like MW2, BO2, like all those ones, like BO1, all that. My dad was playing it at the time, and I was also
drink
playing
some Four
it as well.
Loko. Clear your throat, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Have some Four Loko. What's going on with you? Jesus.
Well, yeah. So I would go with him because we both played it. So we would wait online, and like there was actually a place in the Bronx where you were able to get it like 5 days before the release day, and it was so sick, dude.
Hell yeah.
And then and then GTA 5, I literally waited online like in Bay Plaza GameStop for that midnight release of GTA 5, and it was so cool.
I was
so
somewhere near my house at a GTA 5 midnight release as well.
Really?
2010 probably, right?
No, I think it was 2013 actually.
13?
I think it might have been like September 17th, 2013 if I'm correct.
Ooh, wow. Yo, those midnight releases. And you know what? Actually, I pre-ordered, speaking of what you're talking about, I pre-ordered GTA 4, and I got a GTA 4 lockbox.
Really?
For like drugs. It
Nice.
wasn't really for drugs, but it's like a safe deposit box. So it's like a matte black, out of the drawer safety, thing. It's like a lockbox. It had a flip up cover. It has the GTA 4 logo engraved on it. I still have it.
Dude, that's so cool.
And it came with like a key.
I
was like, hell yeah. Then you get like the big map, and you get like the art book. I think I still have the original fucking Dead Space art book laying around.
Whew, that's really cool. See, like that's the stuff that I miss. Like I really miss that in video games. And
I
like
always regret it too. I regret not having physical copies of games. But you know what it is? It's like the machines suck. I smoke right next to them, and the disc reader is the first thing to go.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
I remember your thing got messed up.
Every single disc reader I've ever had has like shot. So it's like, man, I would love to do that, but it's just not practical because then, you know. You
Dude,
know what?
what's
I
the
found
most-
a place. I found a place when GTA 5 came out. Or no, I'm sorry. When Metal Gear Solid 5 came out. I was so hyped to play it. And I'd been playing the demo for months. And my boy, like, I guess, bought something. I was working at Verizon at the time, and my boy bought something. It was 2015, 16 maybe. And he was like, yo, there's a spot in Jackson Heights that sells the games like 5 days before.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's got to be a spot in the Bronx or Jackson Heights or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be like a mom and pop fucking, we'll fix your phone screen and we'll sell you video games.
Yeah, exactly.
And yo, on my lunch hour, I drove. And it was like half an hour there, half an hour back. Like, I didn't eat lunch. But I was like, hey, yo, you got that Metal Gear 5? Like, yeah, here you go. Shh. I was like, thanks.
Oh, that's great.
I'll never tell
That's
anybody.
Dude, that's great. I think the last game that I ever pre-ordered physically, literally, it's like right here in front of me, was the Fire Pro. I got
Fire
I got the
Pro's
day
great.
one edition. I think this is the last one that I physically pre-ordered. Still same at GameStop when that. I mean Bay Plaza when that came out. But what do you think is the most expensive game that you have? Because you know, like retro games are like they're rising, man. The prices. Like, what do you? I know
Man,
what mine is.
You know, I had Metal Gear 1 double disc in a PlayStation case. Like a PlayStation 1, Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear Solid, with the reflective thing. And it was like a little scratched up, you know, it was like used.
Yeah.
But I sold that on Mercari for like $50, $40.
Oh, you suck, dude. You're
Yeah.
horrible. You should
Yeah.
have kept that. That's literally a gold mine.
It's all right. Brian gave away No Mercy N64 for $12 last week.
So last week,
Mm.
like just the cartridge?
The cartridge, the N64 No Mercy cartridge for $12.
Even just the cartridge, it's crazy. I got lucky when I got my No Mercy. I got No Mercy. I got like a pack of 3. It was like No Mercy, Attitude, and I forgot the other one. I have like all the wrestling games for like the N64, but I got them all for like $20, dude, on eBay, and I was like, wow, they don't even know. They don't even know, dude. They have no clue how much this is worth.
You know, I fucked up on Instagram. I posted a clip of like all the crazy things you could do I forget which one it is. It's like there was a whole string of games. Know Your Role, Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, you know. So
Yeah.
I posted something on Instagram saying like, they don't make them like they used to, you know, like Here Comes the Pain. And then I got absolutely fucking destroyed and flamed in the comments saying,
Why?
Wrong game, buddy. This isn't Here Comes the Pain. It's Know Your Role.
Oh God, no!
It's
That's
not Know
so
Your
bad.
Role. It's Know Your Role 2.
No.
You know, because there
so
was a
bad.
whole string right there in the early 2000s that was like, Here Comes the Pain, Here Comes the Pain 2, Know Your Role, Shut Your Mouth. Like they had that was like the whole golden era.
Yeah, and they came out so like fat, like Know Your Role and like Know Your Role 2, or it might have been like SmackDown 2, like they literally came out within the same year. Like one would come out in March and then the other one would come out in like November of the same year. So you can't help but get them all confused, you know?
All right, let me ask you this.
What's up?
Do you think AEW Fight Forever, I just want a yes or no. Do you think the Fight Forever video game will be better than the most recent WWE 2K games?
Yes.
Do you think it will be more fun and better than Fire Pro?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think it'll be more fun? So obviously we're going to rule out all of the PS2 Know Your Role. Like it's not going to be more fun than that. Like they're not going to let you climb up the fist.
Yeah, they're not gonna let you fight in the subway, fight in Times Square, you know?
You know, I'm going to be honest
Throw
with
snowballs.
When I pre-ordered it, I was really, really high on it. And once again, the pre-order, it didn't give me like a little fucking mini championship belt or like even a wallpaper of AEW. It gave me just the DLC for the next like 4 months, and I could play it one day early, and I get like Matt Hardy.
Yeah, and you get Matt Hardy. The mini games too, though. You get the mini games, which
right. I get the extra mini
games.
games.
Winning me over.
They gave a Mario Party vibe to it.
Yeah, it gives a Mario Party vibe. It gives SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 on the PSP. I don't know if you remember that, but on the PSP, since it's like kind of like a stripped down game, kind of compared to like a console, they would give you mini games. So you were able to play like poker, you were able to play trivia, you were able to play. There was like a game where you were Eugene, and like you had to like balance him and like walk around the ring. It's so stupid.
It's basically this
fun.
game is like Kenny Omega's video game fever dream.
Yeah, and I know for a fact, Kent, like, if there's anyone that is into video games that I would trust to like be involved in a video game, it's him.
I'm kind of coming around on him too. Like in 2017, when he was doing his thing in New Japan as like the cleaner, I was like all about him, right? I was like, wow, this guy is really great. Then he came to AEW, and it's like you see him every week, and it's like ah.
Yeah, it kind of killed it low key. I didn't want to admit it at the time, but like it was kind of just like.
It wasn't as special. Like, it's just cooler to see somebody in Japanese footage than it is to see them on, like,
and
American
see him every
television.
now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you just hear about, like, the pay-per-views when you're doing that. But anyway, and I don't know. So then I was like, oh, this guy's lame. And then CM Punk hated him. So I was like, oh, well, I hate him too. But then you think about it, it's like, wow, he spent, like, 3 years making this video game for us. And it's about to come out, and he let Will Ospreay just drop him right on his head, all because he loves us. He loves us.
Mm-hmm. He does.
He's doing it for us, He does. He wants people who love wrestling and love video games to love what he does, and he's willing to be dropped directly on his head and risk full decapitation for our love.
Yeah. He's the best. I love him. Like this is what I've been saying, man. This is what I've been saying. See, I knew this long ago. You didn't believe me, but I understand like the whole.
He made a video game for us.
He did.
And then he decided to fall on his head in ways that not even that video game can depict, just for us.
Yeah, he decided to like almost die 4 days before the game came out for us. You gotta love it.
Do you have your phone handy?
My phone, yeah. Why?
Let's both tweet Kenny Omega that we love him right now.
Oh, shoot. I don't even have Twitter. Let me download Twitter.
Thank you for making a video game for us and also falling on your head all the time. I know that you love us, period. And I appreciate it.
That's a great tweet.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you. At Kenny Johnson. Thank you for making a video game for us and also falling on your head all the time. I know that you love us. We appreciate you. Tweet.
That's great. That's
beautiful.
I really love it. I'm logging into Twitter right now. If I remember.
Create a Twitter profile right here live on the air and tweet Kenny Omega that you appreciate him making a video game for us. And also, and it's so funny. Will Ospreay literally picked him up, double underhook, and then just let go, not even halfway through, a quarter of the way into like lifting him up.
I don't know what happened, dude.
And they're calling it Tiger Driver 91. And it's like, no, it wasn't Tiger Driver 91. It was attempted murder.
Literally, it was so it was really bad. Like I was actually quite scared.
Yeah, I was very frightened.
You know what's weird? Will Ospreay. Literally, this popped up right on my Twitter, right now. He tweeted this morning. He said Kenny Omega is once in a lifetime. There will never be anyone that will be able to master the craft the way he has. Overcoming him was legitimately the most challenging and yet rewarding task in my life. While everyone can say they're all elite, you can say you're above elite. And I hate that. Like, why did he tweet that? Like, why? Like,
he
why?
He respects the man.
No, dude. Like, it's so stupid to me. Like, you're on TV. No, you're on TV. You're dropping him on his head. You're taking the Canadian flag, wiping your boogers with it, rubbing your butt with it, and you like after you drop him on his head, he's like you think he's like dying, and like you win. You're flipping him off, giving the middle finger, this and that, and then they're gonna go on Twitter and be like, "Oh yeah, oh my God, I love you, Kenny. I love you, Kenny. You're once in a lifetime." Like I get it, like he is.
So you're saying he should have tweeted like, "I beat you, you suck."
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
like
you
I
and fuck Canada.
Yeah, I don't understand like the breaking kayfabe on Twitter, the whole like just breaking character completely. Like it's so
it's
lame.
The worst. I mean,
like,
but it's just the standard now. Like
but
everyone
why?
does it. Like
MJF
Bray Wyatt.
doesn't do it.
No, MJF is the only one who doesn't do it.
Like come on, dude.
And
MJF,
you know what?
I saw.
I feel like if we were living in a world where nobody did it, I don't think that MJF would be the best of that world. But I think because we live in a world where nobody does it, and MJF is the only person who does it, that he is just obviously the best, and we are all like, oh, wow. But it's like, oh, wow, yeah, he is great. But a lot of his greatness comes from that he's the only guy not breaking kayfabe.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean,
and he's doing it in a very, what do you call it? Like, self-fulfilling, type of way. Like, he just gets to be a dick. He just gets to say whatever is on his mind about how miserable he thinks everybody is. So it's like
so real, though.
He's really geared it towards his own, like, selfishness. But, hey, listen.
That's great.
Nobody does it. Bray Wyatt will come out in a fucking mask and spew black mist and pretend to be possessed from Evil Dead, and then the next day post a photo of him on a rowboat, like with a life jacket on. Yeah,
literally, he'll actually murder somebody in the ring and spit blood on them, and like he'll go, and then literally the next day he'll tweet about The Bachelor. Like, come on, dude. Come on, bro.
Right, come on.
So lame.
It's ridiculous. It's so lame.
I hate it.
Right.
That's why I don't have Twitter. Like,
MJF,
there's a million reasons why I don't have Twitter.
MJF is the only guy who, like, and it makes sense. Like, Kenny Omega's just like a normal guy, right? So, like, he grew up watching everybody have, like, super gimmicks. So he's just going to be like, I'm just going to be a Street Fighter character and be myself. Right. And then in a world where everybody now does that, MJF is like a throwback, like Honky Tonk Man, or some shit like that, where he's just a Jerry the King Lawler. He's just an asshole, But it is very self-indulgent.
Yeah, no, he's like he like really gets into the character, and I love people who do that. Dude, the other day I saw a video of MJF. It's not really a
character though; it's just self-indulgent, like assholeness. He just says what he wants. That's not really a character. It's more of an excuse. The character is just an excuse.
So he's really a bad guy, and that makes it even better, dude. Like, I saw the other day, some fan came up to him. He had like a portrait. They made like a portrait of him. He was like, "How long did this take you?" They were like 5 hours. He was like, "Oh, really?" He's fucking scribbled all over it with a marker and just tossed it to the side.
That's terrible.
I'm like, dude. That's so good. And like, obviously, I mean, we know him. I mean, we've known him in real life. Like, we've talked to him in real life, like before everything. And he's like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. He's
like a real nice guy, and it's so funny to see this. And I remember Chris Jericho used to do this. Chris Jericho, he used to, when he was heel, he used to stay in character at meet and greets, which I thought was cool. Sandman, when like what do you call it? His eye was like done. Like, remember, like his eye.
He was like, blind. He got blinded.
Yeah, he like kept that going. Like,
right, I remember
outside
that,
of the ring. And I'm like, dude, that's wrestling. Like, that's what you should do. Like, I'm tired of people, like, I don't know, man. People are too comfortable breaking kayfabe. And, like, I get it. Like, I understand. And to a certain extent, like, it's like, yeah, but, like, it's just like, dude, come on. Wrestling, man. Like, people forgot about wrestling. People forgot about what it is. I don't know.
Are you and J Finn going to fight under Blvd Bullies rules?
I don't know. I should hit him up.
I'm gonna set it up. All right. Thank you so much. We have a few comments before we actually get. We've chatted for an hour.
Yeah,
about nonsense. We've been talking. But we are gonna run through this Forbidden Door match.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this.
That's what we do. We're just old friends, hamming it up. Just two 9/11 babies.
Yeah, exactly.
So comments in the chat says that Phil is now our driver. He is the Boulevard Bullies driver. He will drive all of us everywhere all the time. And I agree with that.
I'm the driver. I don't think you want me to be the driver.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. But hey, I'll accept the title.
Steve says, let's all wait in line together for GTA 6.
Yeah, we should, dude.
I'm
so down.
Let's all dress like. Let's be Michael, Trevor, and
Franklin. Who's gonna be Franklin though?
Not me. I'm not doing Franklin.
Is Steve gonna have to be Franklin?
Steve,
I want to be
Franklin.
Trevor.
You're Franklin. I'm Michael. You're Franklin, Steve.
Yeah, I'm Trevor, man.
Unless
we want to do various other characters from GTA. GTA 4 is my personal favorite, by the way.
We could be Nico Bellic.
Yes.
Wow.
That's my favorite GTA, man.
Wow.
Favorite game. That's one of my favorite games, honestly.
You're wise for your age. You know that?
Thanks. Pre 9/11, man. That's that pre 9/11. If I was born on September 12th, dude, I'd be saying GTA 5 is my favorite game. I'd be playing Rocket League. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I was born before them towers fell, son.
You do play Fortnite, though, which I don't think anyone who was born before 9/11 plays.
Yeah, no. You got me with the Fortnite. I'm not going to lie. You got me with the Fortnite. But I fell into it, man. I fell into it, and I'm really good at it. Because
you're playing against 5-year-olds on their iPads.
I play ranked, sir.
Well, a lot of people who can't read choose ranked.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of Battle Royale, we need to play PUBG again, dude. I hopped in the other day, I died, and I was like, damn.
It got too hard. It got too hard for me.
I wouldn't mind trying it again, though. Like, really getting into it. It'd be a good time.
So you saw the Tony Khan promo where he came out and was acting like just a silly, funny, fun guy.
Love him.
And then I guess there was like a promo online or like a scheduled tweet from MJF. MJF versus Tanahashi opened the show. Yeah. And the whole thing was, this is so stupid too, because in the weeks leading up to this, by the way, hi, welcome to our Forbidden Door review. It's starting right now. To open the contest, to open the match, you had MJF versus Tanahashi. And the weeks leading up to this was they were kind of dumb to me. So it's like Adam Cole, like MJF's the smartest, most conniving, evil. He's the devil. Except he has the same problem that Marty McFly has.
What?
Don't call him chicken.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
If you call him chicken, he is likely to do some very, very, crazy, discombobulated stuff if you call him chicken. He will make bad decisions, and the AEW roster is catching on to this. Phil, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen it.
So Adam Cole tells MJF, oh, you probably don't want to fight me. You're a chicken. So then MJF goes, oh, well, you know what? I will fight you. Right? Boom.
Yeah.
And then, the guy from New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm doing it.
You're doing
Hiroshi
it.
Tanahashi challenges MJF at the Forbidden Door, which is the New Japan AEW crossover event. And he goes, yo, I want to win this AEW title. I'm challenging you. And MJF was so dismissive. He calls New Japan an indie. He goes, oh, I'm not going to wrestle some Japanese indie guy. Yeah. Like, this is crazy. No way. No. N-O, no. And then Adam Cole comes out the next week. And he's like, oh, MJF, Tanahashi challenged you. The people are calling you a coward. And he goes, what? I'm not a coward. I'll fight whoever this Japanese guy is. So that's how this match gets set up. Do you like the fact that MJF cannot resist
being called a chicken? Yeah, dude, I love it. I love it. It's so great to me. It's like I love it when there's heels and whatnot, and then they have those one or those few things that it's just it makes them I don't know, almost like childish in a way, almost like kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's kind of
like
fun.
Those certain
fun.
things. Yeah, it's very fun, and I love that. I love that he can't resist being called chicken. I mean, it's
What
so
are you?
fun.
Yella? Nobody calls me chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I do
MJF.
love
It's
too,
great.
because I've been very low on Adam Cole. I think he might be sick. He might be ill. I've been kind of low. Like the MJF 4 Pillars thing was very lame. And then when Adam Cole and MJF did their diss track, their Wildin' Out segment. You know, every MJF angle starts with a Wildin' Out segment where they freestyle on each other, mob spaghetti, you know.
Yeah.
And this one was so funny too because Adam Cole told MJF to piss in a cup, which is basically like Jay Finn telling you to take off your lifts. You know, it's like you shouldn't go there. You don't go there.
Yeah, you don't go there.
And so obviously it was setting up for a feud between the two gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
But then I have to admit, even though I've been so bored of MJF and I've been so bored of Adam Cole, I do have to admit that the fact that they became an unlikely tag team who also hates Tony Schiavone, and they hate each other, but they're a tag team in this tag team tournament thing, right?
Yeah.
So Adam Cole comes out and MJF has the goons attack him, but then MJF goes "Oh, I'm coming to save you, partner. I'm coming. I'm running as fast as I can." You know. But then anyway, so this old match at Forbidden Door was set up by Adam Cole calling MJF a chicken, and he accepted the match to challenge or to defend against the challenger Tanahashi for the AEW title. And apparently in lore, MJF insisted that this match was on first so we can get the hell out of Toronto and away from all these Japanese people and just skip town.
That's great.
Did you watch
love
this?
Oh yeah, I watched it, dude. It was a cool match. It was a good match. It was a fun match. I mean, MJF winning with the ring. It's just you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it too many times where it's just I kind of hate it, but at the same time, that's the job of the heel. You're supposed to hate it.
It's kind of cool that
oh yeah,
it could be considered a little meta that he keeps using the ring because
that
he
damn
knows that the smart fans are going to say he keeps using the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that is kind of cool. You know what I'm sick of though, or I'm not sick of it, but I guess I just noticed it.
What?
Is that every match MJF does a high impact move that involves his knee and then sells his knee.
You're right. Dude, you're so right. I never thought about it.
Every single match, he'll do a tombstone on the apron and sell his knee.
Yeah.
And I forget what he did here. He did something dope, though, like a shoulder breaker or something really sick.
No, wait, wasn't it when he went up to he blocked a splash that Tanahashi was doing and he put his knees up and then he hurt his knee? Or did something happen before?
It was a See, that's what I'm saying. He never does it like that. He always does it with a high impact offensive maneuver. You know, he never does it with knee up. Oh, I'm hurt. He never lets the other guy initiate it. It's always on a tombstone or something
something
dope.
that he does.
Yeah, it's always a high impact type of deal. But yeah, I mean, Tanahashi, I thought his match with Swerve Strickland was better, where he threw Swerve the air guitar. And then Swerve played the air guitar it was on Collision. It's a much more fun match.
You know, I didn't see that, but that sounds so cool. I love that.
Yeah,
I love both of
fun.
them, so that's cool.
It was more fun. But MJF came out with a robe that said, "New Japan is an indie."
That's great.
I love that.
That's so good. I love that so much.
And then you know what's so dope too is that usually they always have shitty commentators, but I think Kevin Kelly is so good. So
dude, having Kevin Kelly is so cool there.
Yeah. And it sucks that they put him on just because it was a New Japan show. He should be their main guy every week.
I agree.
He's so dope. And you know what he says? He goes, "Oh, New Japan is an indie. For those of you watching at home, indie means independent rest." You know, he's thinking about the bigger picture. Whereas Excalibur is just thinking about like Twitter, you know?
Yeah, literally, dude, literally. Oh my god.
So
Freaking
I was really into that.
Dude,
so
what would your like, if you were to like make like a commentary table? I'm gonna say 4 people. I'm gonna say four people you could pick. Yeah, we're gonna go with the big 4, like WrestleMania 4.
Oh, so you're basically want to do a Mount Rushmore of commentators.
You know what? Basically, yeah, that's where I'm heading.
Because the thing is, if you were gonna do, hey, dream commentary table,
It'd be like 3.
I would say the rules would have to be that there are 3, and you would have to also choose based on potential imaginary chemistry. Where if you were just going to do 4 of the best commentators at the table, that would really just be a Mount Rushmore. You would just be talking about the 4 best commentators ever.
All right, let's not do the Mount Rushmore. Let's do the 3 with the potential chemistry.
Okay, so you need basically a play-by-play, a color, and then like a heel.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's hear it. You start.
You want me to start?
It's your idea.
I asked you. All right, I'll start.
All right, I'll start. I'll go. Okay. So, and if we're thinking about it like a video game, right?
Yeah.
Like in the video games, you could do 90s JR, 2000s JR.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's think about it like that, right? So okay. I would go Attitude Era JR first. That's the first in my head. Boom. Attitude Era JR. You have to have it.
Yeah.
You have to have it. So that's the analyst. I don't know. Dude, you could do anything. All right, so you know what? We'll do Attitude Era JR. The color commentator is fucking original Monday Night Raw Macho Man.
Ooh.
And then for the heel commentator, give me fucking CM Punk.
CM Punk. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Shoot.
Yo, comment below and give me in the chat your top 3. Urka says Schlack, Renee, PK. Oh, JRPK. That's funny.
That's so funny. Shoot, I'm definitely going Attitude Era JR. Like, that was always on there for me. Heel commentator.
You weren't even born during Attitude Era JR. You're a ruthless aggression baby.
That's true. That's true. But I watched it. I had the network in 2014. Damn it.
Nah, what's like a really good team though? Maybe like Michael Cole.
Michael Cole, you'd put there. Okay.
Who's the guy who's not Tony Schiavone? The other guy from like Nitro days.
I don't remember. I can't think of his name right now.
Fuck, me neither. Mike Tenay. Maybe give me like JR Mike Tenay.
Yo, Mike Tenay is crazy.
And like Joe Rogan. I don't know.
Oh, dude, if we're talking beyond, all right, then I'm doing I'm doing Joe Rogan, freaking JR and Corey Graves. What?
That's such a stupid question. Comment below. What's your big 3? What would you want your big 3 to be?
No, honestly, I'm throwing JR in there. I'm throwing Corey Graves as a heel. I really enjoy Corey Graves as a heel. I think he says some funny things. And then colored, like, that's really hard for me. Maybe shoot, I don't know, man. This is my question to you. I didn't think I had the answer. Well, I knew I had the answer, but I wanted you to go first so I could like think about it.
Right, just copy me. Hey,
JR has always been there. Maybe how do you feel about Jerry Lawler? Like, did you ever like him as a commentator?
Jerry Lawler is one of the best ever.
Yeah, I enjoyed him. People would like shit on him, but I enjoyed him as a commentator. I'm not gonna lie.
He's so like classic one-liner comedy. You know, he's like Rodney Dangerfield-esque.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like he just gives you this like one-liner campy comedy which I like love, and I think is just so like even when it's bad, it makes me laugh. It's like, oh my god, this
puppies.
Like he just keeps. Well, see, I don't even like the puppies. I'm just saying, like, oh, this guy's so ugly. His mom gave him up the thing in the flea market and something. So he just gives like weird Southern like ribs. I don't know. It's just fucking great.
Now now that you mention it, like I never really thought about it, but a lot of these commentators, they do have some sort of like a comedic thing in them. You know what I mean? Like it should be really appreciated as an art, and I don't think it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's funny because like what happened, Michael Cole, everybody hated him for like 15 years.
Literally.
20 years. So he's been doing it for 25 years, and everybody thought he was like shitty for like 23. And only now that like Pat McAfee taught him how to smoke weed has like everybody realized that Michael Cole is like awesome.
Oh my god.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if I had an alternate.
Did he actually?
I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
But I definitely think that Pat McAfee kind of like loosened up Michael Cole a little bit, and like gave him a little bit of a vibe. Anyway, speaking of commentary, you know what I loved about Forbidden Door is that they had the American and the Japanese, the English and the Japanese commentating tables right next to each other, a la Attitude Era, a la Spanish announce table. They had the Japanese announce table.
Yeah, I loved it. And
they had a Japanese ring announcer. So the guys would come out and they would have an intro in English. They would have an intro in Japanese.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was awesome. Like, those things make me really happy. And I love when they do that.
So the next match, I admittedly did not watch the end for. And you said that you had you paid for the pay-per-view. And your internet just cut out. There was like a strike of lightning or something.
Yeah.
So you missed the finish of CM Punk versus Kojima. Not Hideo Kojima, but Satoshi Kojima.
Yeah.
Apparently the rumors were that he was supposed to fight, CM Punk was supposed to fight Kenta. But
that would have been really cool.
It like fell through. Like, oh, Kenta was like, no, nobody called me. Like they just assumed that I was going to do it. I'm not doing it. Fuck CM Punk.
Bro, now I hate Kenta. Like, he's so whack for that. Like, go get injured again and don't wrestle for 5 years. Fuck Kenta.
Apparently, there's like some real beef between the Kenta and the CM Punk. Like, because CM Punk just started doing Go to Sleep. Kenta hates him on Twitter. Since Twitter has been born.
Yo, you
since
know what?
the day one of Twitter, Kenta has been yelling at CM Punk about this finish.
Dude, I literally... Like, me saying why, I'm like, wait, why do they have beef? I completely forgot about that whole, like, stealing the finisher thing. That's so funny. That actually makes it so funny, actually. And
then Danhausen started using Go to Sleep, and CM Punk loves Danhausen, so he, like, blessed him with it. But then Kenta was like, no, you don't get to bless Danhausen. I bless Danhausen. So now Danhausen has, like, two best friends.
That's great.
Right,
I would be so mad if I was Kenta.
Well, Kenta apparently hates CM Punk, and apparently they were going to have a match, and it was all decided and all ready to go. And then Kenta was like, yo, fuck this guy. I'm not wrestling this guy. You're not giving me enough money to wrestle this guy. I'm not going to put my finisher against his finisher so that, what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. It's true, right? Like, there's not enough money in the world to make me admit that CM Punk version of my finisher beat me.
Yeah, that's really true.
You know what I'm saying? I
like, can't blame Kenton, actually.
It's been an argument like since day one.
Yeah.
Right? CM Punk has gone on to like much success, and Kenta's like, well, you stole my finisher. You know? And it's like, well, am I gonna win? Like, am I gonna win the match? Like, even if you do win, it's like, yo, there's no amount of money to put me in that situation because that's like my whole fiber of my being. It's a whole character.
Yeah, I can't blame Kenta. I really can't blame Kenta. That sucks. If I was Kenta, I'd be so mad.
It's like if DDP had to fight Randy Orton in a match.
Yeah, dude, literally. No one talks about that. No, I mean, the cutter is like a pretty, like, the cutter itself, it's like a pretty, like, I mean, common move, I guess. But, I mean...
Yeah, and the
Still.
older you get, the more your cutter becomes a stunner. Because you don't want to lay flat out. You just want to sit.
Yeah, literally. Now, I hate when people use a cutter like in like an indie match or whatever. I hate it. I hate it so much because it is Randy Orton's thing.
So, CM
know.
Punk came out for this match. Do you think he got more boos than cheers? I posted something on YouTube that said CM Punk got booed out of the building. I knew that wasn't true. I would say that at the most, he was maybe 70% booed out of the building. But I just knew it was going to be a hot button issue, so I posted it that way.
Right.
But he did come out to some boos.
He came out to some boos, but I mean, I don't think it was like. I honestly think there were more cheers than boos. Like, I even saw a video like before that when he came out like the other day, and they were like, "Oh, he got booed at the arena," and I watched the video, and I'm just like, I mean, I really don't hear it personally unless I'm like deaf. I didn't really hear like crazy boos like that. But maybe that's just
I
me.
think they're trying to make him the AEW John Cena. Like they kind of leaned into it when he came out. Certain people booed him, and the commentators went, Kevin Kelly, because he's a genius, went, oh man, it's so great to see all the fans out here expressing their opinions.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they leaned into it and they presented it and packaged it in like a kind of a classy way.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
so
Kevin Kelly, man.
Yeah, what a pro. What a pro.
I love him.
So it's
guy.
like, it's like for people who read the dirt sheets, you have like a definitive opinion and it's almost like not fun for you. You yell or, what are you doing?
Oh, I was looking at the chat. That's all. I'm sorry. Was my head all in the camera?
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, God. I was looking at the chat, man.
I saw Lucha Freddy bed back to England for blah, blah, blah. Steve, that's a very dark thing to say. I just went to the most recent comment and I had to read something. Anyway.
I don't know what happened to him.
So, long story short, I think that they are leaning into CM Punk being a divisive figure.
Yeah,
and it's like,
John
hey,
Cena,
you love him or hate him. Everybody's got an opinion. And he's like, and you might as well. I mean, that's really the only way you could go with this whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I love CM Punk still. I like him. I mean, there's drama, there's beef, there's problems, whatever, this and that. But I mean, hey, wrestling, whatever. Who cares? It's CM Punk. He's cool.
I don't exactly agree with CM Punk's views on himself. But I do appreciate the manner in which he sticks to his guns.
Yeah. Sure.
And it's like, it's like, yeah, you might have an inflated self-ego and you might have like a little bit of a warped sense of like self-worth. However, I got to respect somebody who does not give one single fuck.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't. And you know what?
He absolutely doesn't.
He's a student of the game. He thinks about what will... like, in his mind, he is helping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that he has a secret ego that he needs to feed. Like, I just think that he is helping in the best way that he possibly can. And that's, like, rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. And, listen, he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah. What can you do? That's life. I don't know, man. Like, I think CM Punk, I don't know. CM Punk is kind of like, he's kind of legendary in a way for like, all the stuff that went down back in like 2014 and all that. And he legitimately just, he actually left wrestling after that. Like, actually left for years. And that was really cool. He did stick to his guns.
He was like, I'd rather not wrestle.
Yeah, like, and he didn't wrestle for like 7 years. Like, that's so cool. And then like for him to come back, first of all, that's just insane. I mean, like, all this stuff happened though, but like it's pretty cool to see him back. And like, I don't know, I think he deserves that title of like one of those guys, like one of those guys that deserves to be respected and looked at in a certain way. Because I mean, at the end of the day, he was one of the original guys. Like, he was the first guy who told Vince to like go fuck himself, like publicly, really. Yeah, he was. He was that guy. And on
Yeah.
top of that, he was the first guy. Like AEW was awesome, and like all the people involved, like Young Bucks, Cody, Omega, but he was on that kind of wavelength of like, dude, indies this, indies that. Like there's New Japan, there's Ring of Honor, like there's all this other stuff. Like I could go here, do this and that. Back when it was just like, oh, WWE is the main thing. That's where WWE is, where everyone needs to be, wants to be, this and that. He was on that wave of like, dude, there's so many other things out there. Like this isn't like the like what do you call it? End all be all, whatever, you know? And I think that's pretty cool.
Well,
he kind of opened people's eyes. Like at least me personally, like at that time, like I didn't really know like too much about all that stuff, and he kind of opened my eyes to like watch more Ring of Honor, New Japan, this and that, and it was like, huh.
The Stone Cold or the CM Punk pipe bomb promo for you is like Stone Cold Austin 316 to me, right?
Basically,
like,
yeah, pretty much.
You know, like that's like an iconic thing for you.
Yeah, I would say it is. It was very, very iconic. I mean, it was because when you're like younger, like you aren't aware of too many things, like at least like outside of WWE, really. Like I used to just watch like WWE and like TNA, and once I found TNA, I was like, what the hell is this? There's other things besides WWE. It was crazy to me. And then like seeing CM Punk and then hearing the interviews after, pipe bomb, this and that, it was just like, yo, like there's actually all this other stuff that's actually highly respected and actually really awesome and better than WWE. It kind of just blew my mind. That's what kind of just like opened my mind to like everything else, you know? It was a big deal. For me. My generation.
Well, is CM Punk right now a big deal to you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's not a big deal. Like it's awesome that he's there and everything. It's just like, it's just different. It's just different. Like it's still a big deal to me. Like it's like crazy to hear Cult of Personality, see him come out and like watch him wrestle and this and that. Like it's a big deal to me. But I don't know, dude. It's like, it's just a little different. Like I feel like if he was in WWE, it would be that big of a deal. And that kind of sucks.
Do you feel like he's running in mud? Did you watch this match with him and Hideo Kojima?
Yeah, I mean,
do you feel like did it look like he was running in like quicksand, CM Punk?
No, I think he did. I think it was a good match. I think he did good. I liked all the taunts that he did. Oh,
he was like yelling Kojima as he was like clotheslining him and shit.
Yeah, and then he did like the thing of like what's his name? Like the chops of like the other dude that he's boys with. That Kojima's boys with. I forget his name.
All right, next match.
His chops. It was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
You know, I feel like CM Punk versus Kenta would have been a huge deal. Dude. But instead, I think that it was like kind of weird. It was like the third or second match on the show.
It was like the second, I think.
Yeah. All right, so then you had Orange Cassidy versus Daniel Garcia versus Shibata versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a 4 corners of match. Who is your favorite out of those 4 that I just named?
I mean, I'd have to go. I mean, I guess Orange Cassidy. Let's be real.
Get out of town!
I mean, Zack Sabre. I mean, like in like real wrestling stuff, Zack Sabre Jr. But in like just like I don't care, it's wrestling kind of mentality, Orange Cassidy.
Did you watch this? Be honest with me. Did you?
I did watch this.
Did you hear when Excalibur called Tony Schiavone a scumbag, a dirtbag?
That's great. I heard it. It was nice.
Tony Schiavone should not be commentating.
No, he shouldn't be commentating.
No, Tony Schiavone is the worst. It should be Kevin Kelly, Taz, and Excalibur.
Yeah, it should be Kevin Kelly, Taz. That's it.
Or like Caprice Coleman.
Yeah,
Fuck Excalibur, dude.
I mean, no, I'm not gonna like shit on Excalibur,
He's
but like
low
key, like he doesn't have to be there. But
my god, I can't believe it. The thing that happened. Oh my god, he's from Japan.
Literally.
I can't do it.
I mean, I like him because it's like PWG and like the history.
He's
but
so
it's like
bad. PWG is one thing because that's just a different vibe.
Yeah, a whole different vibe. Like, I don't know. I'm glad that he has a job though. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me happy. That's why I'm just like, I'm not gonna completely go in on him.
So, and Garcia just does this like sexy dance now.
I know that. Dude, he did it so many times. It's so funny.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's like he did it once and it like popped off on Twitter. So now he does it like 4 times a match.
Dude, he did it like 8 times.
Like
that
he's
match.
defining his entire fucking personality with this one dance that he randomly did.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. It's so stupid. It really is.
I
like that. I like that though. Like that's why I like wrestling because it's so stupid sometimes.
I love Daniel Garcia, and I'm upset that he has fallen so far because I think about when Daniel Garcia, I forget who he was talking to, but he goes, "Well, if you're a sports entertainer, then I'm a sports entertainer too." And when he originally dedicated himself to Jericho, I was like, yo, this guy is the best. I love this guy. Yeah. But I don't know, his little sexy, weird dance that he does, I'm kind of over it.
I don't know. It's so stupid. Like, I don't know. I kind of love it.
And,
but it's kind of
and Shibata is supposed to be one of the most hollowed ground, most respected wrestler in the entire world, and the guy that he chooses to work with after he had a fucking spine transplant, the guy that Shibata wants to work with is Orange Cassidy.
That's great.
And he wants to do a sexy dance with fucking Daniel Garcia.
That's great.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I love it. He doesn't. He's humble. He's not literally all a Shibata fan. I can't stand a Shibata fan. The way people go so hard for Shibata, it's just yo, shut up, dude. Okay.
I mean, he is
it's
very
mad
smooth.
annoying.
He's so smooth with the way that he goes from one thing to a next. You could see, if you read between the lines, you could see how he's fucking amazing. He
is really good, but it's just I don't know, man. People that. I feel his fans are just the most annoying little wrestling fans in the world.
Well, it's
and the fact
people
that
who
the
love
fact
the
that
Strokes. It's people who think the Strokes are a better band than Stone Temple Pilots. You know what I'm saying? It's they crave the ability to be in the minority.
Right.
With their opinion.
Right. Oh my god, I can't stand the person that thinks that the Strokes are better than Limp Bizkit. That's a fight. That's a fight.
Yo,
that's a fight.
You know what? And I will 100% co-sign on that. If you think the Strokes are better than Limp Bizkit, don't ever speak to me or my son Prince Havoc again.
Legitimately, it's not even a bit or a joke. It's the truth. Because that's ridiculous, man.
So then you had Sonata versus Jack Perry, which I thought was the dumbest thing. I fucking hate
Jungle Boy.
I fucking hate him.
Dude, I don't hate him.
Everything
I like
he
him.
does makes me fucking sick, dude.
Really? Is it really that bad?
Oh my god, when he was in the Four Pillars feud and he was the the conductor behind a mask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my god, everything he does makes me so annoyed.
Really, dude, I like Jungle Boy.
And then of course,
I don't know if it's because I'm a huge 90210 fan, and his dad was a Dylan.
Also completely created, huge run, ended run. All happened before you were even born.
That's true.
Are you watching 90210 on Hulu?
Yeah, I was watching on Hulu for a little bit, and then I got my little links, legal links.
Legal, but, because you pay for it on demand.
Exactly, on demand. But I love that show, and I remember finding out in 2017 or something that his son was a wrestler. I'm like, what the hell? And he was at ICW. He was at ICW in 2018 or something. Yes,
he was.
With Luchasaurus, yeah. And I was like, oh, he's cool. That was pretty cool.
He's not cool. He's the lamest.
No, I like him. I don't know.
I don't know.
I genuinely wonder if his dad was not Dylan from 90210, if I would like him as much. I
No.
wonder.
I think you would like him because you guys have the same hair.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with that. Everyone calls me Jungle Boy. Like when I go to wrestling, like it's like everyone, oh Jungle Boy's here.
So
I'm
you
like,
need you need to fight him, dude. Fuck Jay Finn. You need to fight Jungle Boy, hair versus hair match.
yeah, I need to fight. Legit. I need to fight Jungle Boy. And Jungle Boy,
feel
and you know
like-
what? I don't respect Jungle Boy because he wears his hair in a ponytail every single time he's outside the ring. You gotta let that shit flow, son.
Oh,
Fuck
he's
that
never
shit.
listened to a 1 second of a Steel Panther song in his entire life, except maybe when he was doing cocaine with Chris Jericho.
Was he? I hope he was.
Oh,
that
I'm
makes him a little
sure
cooler.
he has done cocaine with Chris Jericho, and I'm sure that Chris Jericho is like, yo, dude, you gotta listen to this.
He puts on Halloween for Jungle Boy. Yeah, that's great.
Yo, I guarantee that happened. But anyway, both Sonata and Jack Perry, it's so fucking stupid, dude. Because like the way that they like made this match a thing is that they both like tweeted or said in like a pre-tape interview that they never heard of each other. That's literally the way they built this match. Jungle Boy's like, oh,
That's
I don't even
great.
know who Sonata is.
How do you not know who Sonata is?
And
That's
then Sonata was
so
like,
horrible.
who's this guy? Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Who cares about the and he goes, yo, I'm the IWGP, not US, not intercontinental, not middleweight. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. And he goes like, oh, what? Like, so anybody who could just come along and like an open challenge, like this guy who I've never. So neither of them heard of each other.
I don't know how Jungle Boy never heard of Sonata. I can understand that Sonata never heard of Jungle Boy.
Well,
but that's ridiculous.
I suspect that they thought it was like a clever work.
I guess.
But
I don't know.
But it just
It's
exposed
stupid.
them both as being like idiots.
Yeah, I don't like. That's if.
And
That's
you know,
so
and
dumb.
it's like you could
Stupid.
kind of excuse. Sorry, you could kind of excuse Sonata for not knowing who Jack Perry is, but you can't really excuse Jack Perry for not knowing who Sonata is.
Literally.
So
yeah,
like the
yeah.
gimmick was that they were gonna say on Twitter that they didn't know who each other was, and it just made fucking Jack Perry look like an idiot.
How is that like a thing? Like how is that like a clever work? I don't get it.
It wasn't a clever work, and you know
Whatever.
what was even less clever work? That Hook, because they're both like sexy boys, Taz's son Hook and Jungle Boy Jack Perry have like become like a team.
Yeah.
And I guess Jungle Boy turned on Hook.
Yeah, that was cool. That was fun.
And then
I enjoyed
Taz
it.
had to leave commentary to help his son.
That's great. I loved it. I thought it was cool. I'm interested to see what a heel Jungle Boy is. Like, is he gonna like wear pants?
Yo, he has been so lame and bad.
Really, I've enjoyed him. I haven't
that,
thought he was
like
lame.
this is his last best chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think? Shoot. We'll see. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be good because he's been such a little baby face for so long, dude. Like because he's the baby face.
I don't think he has an original idea in his head. And honestly, I think if I was his coach, I would have like coached him and promoted him and pushed even harder for babyface.
Really?
Rather than turn heel, I would have been like, okay, listen, where you're at right now is not working. And you see, and I think it's a fucking rookie, instinctual, stupid, message board mark tactic to be like, okay, hey, we're trying to get you over as a babyface. It's not working. Well, what's the quick solution for like a fucking, memorabilia trading, message board posting, Facebook group loving fucking mark, right? Oh,
Yeah.
we got to turn him heel, right? We got to turn him heel. But no, dude, no. Because Jungle Boy doesn't have enough personality to be a heel. Which
Yeah,
is
he doesn't
why,
really. He
which is
doesn't.
why he was not working as a babyface.
Right.
And you see what they did, like that one. I don't know if you read this, but that one like signing. All these fans complained that he was like an asshole.
Did they really? I didn't know.
Like apparently he was like an asshole at a signing. And
What?
I said, oh, you know what, dude? This guy is Luke Perry's kid. There's no way he doesn't know how to put aside his personal shit and do a signing. They are deliberately doing this to turn him heel because they know that he's stale as a babyface. But the problem is that this motherfucker's personality is just stale.
You know, I'm not going to lie. His personality, it is a little bit stale. I'm not going to lie. But do I enjoy him? I do. Like, as a wrestler,
Why? Why? What about him, besides the entrance music, what about him do you enjoy?
I don't know. He's fun. Like, I don't think he's, like, a horrible wrestler or anything. Like, I think his matches are cool. Like, I can't name his moves, but, like, when I watch his matches, like, I'm like, all right, like it's cool. Like, it's a good time. Like, I'm not, like, disgusted by it or anything. I think it's fun. Same with like Darby Allin. Like Darby Allin, like I think is awesome, and like Darby Allin's like really fun to watch.
Darby Allin has like a personality that you could build some foundation.
Yeah, that's
on.
true. You're right with Darby Allin. Darby Allin's a whole different. Darby Allin's on a higher level.
He's got some vibe at least, you know. Like love him or hate him, at least he's got some vibe. Like Jungle Boy Jack Perry is just an Abercrombie fucking guy. Rich kid's son wearing a loincloth.
Yeah. Maybe I'm caught up in the whole 90210 stuff.
Yeah, well, because, you know, you think 90210 was good because you were born after it. But I lived 90210, and I realized that and Melrose Place they were bad shows. They weren't good shows.
I mean, 90210 was fun.
Regular people do not watch and love Melrose Place or 90210.
Dude, 90210 was fun. Come on, man. 90210 was fun. All right, wait. I have a question. I have a question.
Now as a piece of like WWE ice cream bar nostalgia, it's fun. But like at the time when it was like primetime TV, like anybody who like had to tune into that, they might as well have been watching The fucking Bachelor, dude.
Well, you know what the thing is, I like those kind of shows. Literally, besides wrestling and UFC, all I watch is reality TV.
Oh my god, you
like
would.
That. But I have a question. What do you think about Seinfeld? While we're on the subject.
Oh my god, I mean, Seinfeld is great.
Yeah.
The Simpsons is better.
Yeah, that's also a great show.
The entire time period of Seinfeld being on top, to me, was also the golden age of The Simpsons, which was better.
Yeah.
However, then Curb Your Enthusiasm came out, and we realized that Jason Alexander was really just Larry David, and then we got to see Larry David. So that like really furthers the lore of Seinfeld. However, top three out of the three that I just mentioned: Simpsons, Curb, Seinfeld.
Really? All right, that's interesting. Okay, because I saw every episode of Seinfeld, and I absolutely love this. I think the show is amazing.
Have you watched how much Curb have you watched?
I haven't watched enough Curb. I've watched random episodes of Curb while it's just on. I need to sit down and actually like really dive deep into Curb. It's something I've been meaning to do, just haven't done it. Too busy watching like
reality TV.
Sunny.
Terrible reality TV.
Oh no, dude,
Temptation Island, starring Chris Jericho and the lead singer of Steel Panther.
Dude, Temptation Island was the shit. You know what I watch? I watch Love Island UK, son. They're like every season is like 66 episodes, dude.
You got a VPN. You literally signed up for NordVPN so you could watch UK Temptation Island. To be honest, 66 episodes. You are on a VPN so you could watch it.
Hey, I'm not saying nothing, but all I'm saying is that Love Island UK, dude, that is the jam, son. I've watched like 8 out of 10 seasons. No, you gotta watch Rock of Love. You gotta watch Flavor of Love, Charm School. You gotta watch all that. I Love Money. What? Come on, dude. You gotta get with the times.
And I Love New York and Flavor of Love and Flavor of Love.
Daisy of Love.
And then the Chamillionaires.
Yeah, that's the best. Dude, that's the best TV you'll ever see.
Golden age of television. It's the golden age.
All right. I'm glad you can agree because Rock of Love is personally one of my favorite shows.
The only thing that was a problem is that there was a guy who was a filmmaker who was watching Rock of Love. I Love New York, and he said, you know what? I want to make a reality show about Teddy Hart. And this man who decided to do that, he was very, very, very wrong. He wasn't right, Prince. He was wrong about Teddy.
Oh, poor Teddy Hart.
Just like VH1 was wrong about New York.
Dude, Teddy Hart is just like the worst. Like, ooh, that's bad. We shouldn't even mention Teddy Hart. That's not even a thing to mention.
I want to ask you a very, very serious question as we move on to the next match of AEW Forbidden Door. Who do you like more?
Okay.
Now, forget about this 10-man tag match that I'm about to mention.
All right.
Just, I guess my first question to you as the youth, you are the youth of the nation.
Yeah.
I really feel like I want to ask you about your opinion regarding the Blackpool Combat Club.
The Blackpool Combat Club. I think they're cool. Also, I just want to say, every time you say youth, I literally that song literally plays in my head, and I'm very happy that
The youth of the nation.
We are. I hate that song, but I love that song at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of those songs. But I don't know, man. I think they're cool. Like, I enjoy it. You know me. I enjoy things. I like stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's cool, man. Like, what do you think? What do you think about it? I'm sure you have a opinion on it.
I think John Moxley is an idiot.
Okay,
I think that
don't.
Bryan Danielson, when we went to the tennis stadium to watch Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson was like the hottest thing in all of wrestling, and now he's just like a guy who cares about what Wheeler Yuta is doing.
Wheeler Yuta, Jesus. That's
You know
kind of
mean?
sad.
Like, he thinks that his legacy is now connected. And this is another thing. How old is Bryan Danielson? 40, right? 42.
Something like that, yeah.
Let's even say that he's 52, right?
Yeah.
Sting is 70.
Is Sting 70, dude?
He's 69. Nice.
Nice. That's a good age, man. Nah, shout out to Sting then, because he really be out here. And the Joker paint he had on, dude, hell freaking yeah.
We'll get to that.
Back
We'll
to
get to
TNA,
that.
man.
I'm just saying that I kind of hate Bryan Danielson because Bryan Danielson, in terms of like a territory wrestler, a wrestler from back in the day, like the wrestlers that we loved were like 50.
Yeah.
And Bryan Danielson like just turned 40 and he thinks that he has to pass the torch to Wheeler Superhuman Yuta. Like,
No.
it's dumb. It's dumb.
This is something we can agree on.
And John Moxley is dumb.
That's something we can agree on. See, I love John Moxley. Like, John Moxley will forever be like someone like I'm never gonna not like John Moxley. I mean, Tournament of Death, brain damage, saw to the head. Come on. Like, all right, it was a work, whatever, but it's cool wrestling, man. I'm never not gonna like John Moxley. I literally have a compilation. I have two CZW compilation DVDs. One of Kevin Steen, one of John Moxley.
Wow.
And they both are great, and they both are awesome, and I will never not like them because they were real. Like, dude, they were real. Like, they're real people. Like,
They
they're
cared.
not, like,
They cared a lot about the wrestling. Yeah.
yeah, and anyone like sure, like Kevin is like huge now. John Moxley's huge now. This and that. So like they got money, this and that. But at the same time, never forget how much they cared because I know that is still inside them. Now we can say the same thing about Bryan Danielson, but me personally, I never, ever understood the hype between like about Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, this and that. Like back when he was doing the whole yes, WrestleMania 30. I hate WrestleMania 30 because he won. He won. I never liked Daniel Bryan. He won that WrestleMania. That was whack. Undertaker lost. That was whack. WrestleMania 30, worst WrestleMania in the history of WrestleManias to me. I literally haven't liked Daniel Bryan pretty much until he came to AEW. Like once he came to AEW, I'm like, oh, American Dragon. Like, you know, I know all the history, like dope. Ring of Honor, this and that.
Dope. Yeah.
It's really cool that he came back. Yeah, it's really cool that he came back to do that. But at the same time, it's just like he's a great wrestler. I'll never not respect him. And I mean, I do enjoy his matches. Like, it's not like I don't. It's just like people go so hard for him, and I'm just like, nah, dude, he's not the best in the world.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Yeah, because that's the question I want to ask you. And obviously, Bryan Danielson faced Okada as the main event of this night.
Yeah.
He was not in the BCC versus the Elite. We were just kind of talking in generalities about what the BCC has been doing regarding Brian Danielson. But that's the question I want to ask you right now. Everyone is saying on Twitter and on the message boards and on the Facebook groups that Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler in the world. Do you agree with that?
Not at all.
As a youth of the nation?
No. No. As a youth of the nation, I do not agree with that.
Who's the best? Kenny?
I'd put Kenny up there. I'd put Will up there. I'd put Roman up there. I'd put Seth up there.
But Roman's more character work than Kenny getting dropped on his head.
No. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
so
Roman
it really
is
depends.
definitely
Like the way you rank it really depends on like how
what you like
see
out
it.
of wrestling.
Because,
how you see it,
because
what
you
like
ask somebody who the greatest match of all time is, they'll say Andre versus Hogan because it was 90,000 sold out. You know what I mean? But it's like, and then certain people will say Steamboat versus Savage. You know what I'm saying?
And then some people say Rock versus Austin. Some will say Rock versus Cena. Like
so it really
Shawn
depends
Michaels versus
because,
Undertaker.
Like, you could put Roman at the top of like intrigue and ticket sales and all the Andre the Giant metrics. Roman could be at the top of, but like the athletic Shawn Michaels metrics, you might be able to put Kenny there.
I mean, if we're going based on athleticism, in my opinion personally, I got Kenny up there, Seth up there, Ospreay up there. I've felt that way for years. Like I've felt that way
Seth
forever.
is great too.
Yeah, I've felt that way since like I don't even know, like 2017, and that's never changed. Like that's always been my like top of the tier people who I like really, really, really enjoy. And to put I don't know, like Bryan Danielson, it's like no, and like even Okada, it's like even Okada, like I never like I do like Okada, like I think he's awesome. But like him being like the best wrestler in New Japan, this and that, I'm like, dude, Tetsuya Naito, he's way better than Okada in my opinion. He should be viewed the way that Okada is viewed, not Okada. That's just me. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, first of all, for them to be in the main event, I'm like, no, they shouldn't be the main event. It's literally for like nothing. Like I don't know, it shouldn't have been the main event. I mean, was it a good match? Yeah, it was an awesome match. They both are amazing wrestlers.
Well,
but like me personally, it's not my complete cup of tea.
Right
I think
now,
Ospreay Omega should have been the main event, but with Omega losing in Canada as the main event, that wouldn't have worked. So I think that's why they went with that main event.
Well, thank you for your thoughts. We're talking right now about BCC versus the Elite.
Oh yeah.
All right, you know what? I don't really even care. This match to me was lame. It was just like another big fuck off. Like it's like I realized that like the one team was BCC, and I almost during the match like forgot that like the Young Bucks were part of the other team. Like Hangman Page got in, I was like, oh right, it's these guys too. So I don't care about this. One sentence, Prince. What are your thoughts on Eddie Kingston?
I mess with him. I mess with his 2004 G-Unit outfit. I mess with everything. I mess with everything about him. I like it. I like how he looks like he's like,
all right, one
in
sentence.
The
You're
Bronx
done. You're done.
You're right. One
You're
sentence.
done.
One sentence. Oh, okay, one sentence.
I mess with him. I mess with him.
And love his outfit. That's it.
Tony Storm versus Willow Nightingale. This is the one match that you did not see.
And like, dude, that's literally not on some like I hate women stuff. Like I was literally like I had to do something. Like it wasn't even like.
But you're admitting right now here in front of the world that you do hate women's stuff.
Yeah, basically.
Wow. Who's your favorite women's wrestler?
Sunny.
Sunny Kiss?
No. No, not Sunny Kiss. Sunny from back in the Dizzy.
She's not really a wrestler though.
But she's my favorite.
So Willow Nightingale versus Tony Storm.
Favorite women's wrestler. Shoot, I don't even. I mean, I'd put honestly Bianca Belair probably. I'm gonna be honest.
You know, for a young guy, you're very close-minded about women's wrestling.
No, I'm not close-minded about women's wrestling. I've watched a lot of women's wrestling. I like women's wrestling. I don't.
You just said you didn't like it.
Oh God, I was kidding, man. Come on, get with the times. Don't be a Twitter troll. Don't try to cancel me.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that the thing you said before the other thing was a joke.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, favorite women's wrestler, I'd probably go with like Sasha Banks in New Japan, like Mercedes. Like her matches are killer, son. And then like Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Like those are probably my top people right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You got to go Rhea Ripley number 1. But however, Willow Nightingale has a lot of momentum, and
Right.
Sasha Banks broke her own ankle and said, "Hey Willow, you take this belt. You go over now." And now Willow just riding that wave. Fought Toni Storm for the title.
Did you watch the match? You didn't even watch
I
the match,
watched
dude.
the whole
You
thing. I
didn't
care about Willow Nightingale.
No, I care about Willow. Dude, we saw her in Outlaw like
my
mad times.
girlfriend said to me, she said, "Why do you have to get an ex-porn XPW person on the show? Willow Nightingale is your friend. Why don't you interview her?" And I said to myself, you know what? That's probably a good idea.
Great idea, actually.
Maybe we
Amazing
should
idea.
interview Willow Nightingale. I'm sure I could send her a
we should.
DM. I'm like, "Hey, can I talk to you for like 10 minutes on Skype?"
Yeah.
It'd be a lot
Why
better
not?
than having you on this show.
Dude, you were announcing her. Oh, wow. That hurts. You were, dude, you were announcing her in like 2018 when she was nothing.
2016.
2016, dude. She was a nobody. And now she's the shiznit.
Yeah.
And now.
The NJPW Strong Women's World Champion.
Exactly. And now it's
Incredible.
like, dude, why can you not interview?
Although she had this big pay-per-view match, locked up with Toni Storm, fell over. They both just fell over.
Wait, what happened? What do you mean they fell over?
No, dude, I can't even explain it to you. They were trying
Do you have
to
the
do, like,
video?
fucking,
What do you mean
like-
they fell over?
I don't have video replay, but they were like jockeying for position, and they just like fell over.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just like weird. Like they lost their balance in the first
They
like
fell over.
10 seconds of the match.
Like, did they both fall to the same side? What
Yes.
happened?
Yes,
That's
I
so
don't-
brutal. I love them. Like, but literally both of them, Toni Storm, Willow. I love them, dude. They're awesome. I just didn't get to watch the match. I love women. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, the pounce is obviously Willow's best move.
Right.
Toni
Dude, what do you think
Storm's-
about Alley Cat?
I mean,
Quick opinion.
she's no Willow.
She's no Willow, really?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, she does what she does. She does a great job.
Right. Okay.
Because this is a family-friendly show.
Oh, this show right now is a family-friendly.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, what do I think about that? Great. Everything's great.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? There aren't really that many negative opinions. There haven't been.
Right.
Come on, I'm your old friend.
Yeah.
I'm your old friend PK. She's great.
Yeah. What do you think about Jimmy Havoc? You know Jimmy Havoc is a Jimmy Havoc is a
All right,
freaking,
whatever.
post
Let's
office
just
worker?
keep talking about this.
He's like a postal man. Imagine you like chilling at your house. You're waiting for your freaking AEW
We're
shirt to
getting
come in
through
and
the
Jimmy
show.
Havoc
I don't
gives it
want to
to you.
hear about Jimmy Havoc showing up to my house to connect my Wi-Fi to my smart TV as part of fucking Geek Squad, okay? I don't want to hear about that. Well, how dare you? That wasn't on the fucking format, dude.
Fair. I just had to mention that Jimmy Havoc is a postal worker now.
Why are you following that?
Someone told me at wrestling, man. I didn't follow him. Someone just mentioned
Well,
it.
you
I was
better
like,
fucking
oh.
watch what you say, and you better watch what you do, because you know what? Watch this. Boom. Boom. Now you're working that job.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Hey,
talking
you know what?
about
You'd
a
be
tournament of death
lucky.
winner. That's all.
You'd be lucky to pass that post office test, all right?
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. No shade. No shade. I'm just saying,
All
Jimmy
right.
Havoc
How
is a postal worker now.
dare you? How dare you?
Dude, not gonna lie though, when he was at Tournament of Death with all white, that was so sick, and he won. Dude, that was.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
you
love
do
that.
think that's cool,
Ugh.
because you don't even know what you're looking at.
That was so
You were
sick.
5
dude.
years old when that happened.
No, I was like 16, son.
Hey, okay, let's talk about the next match. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. It was insane. That's when we decided to even start the show, do this show. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to be like a 2.5 hour show,
Yeah.
basically. just two guys talking nonsense, getting more and more drunk on Four Locos.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers,
Yeah,
brother.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Clink. Clack.
So he dropped him on his fucking head, basically.
God, he dropped him on his head, dude. Oh.
And, you know, I think that they went about that one table smashing the head into the table spot. I thought they were going to be able to recreate the thing, and it's like, you know what? If I smash your head hard enough on this surface, we can make a hole in the middle of it. And I think they really went for it and really believed that the table would break the same way it did in their previous match in New Japan.
Right, yeah.
So he could do like a Here's Johnny. You know, because, Prince, you know that? The Shining?
Oh, The Shining, yeah.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, didn't see it.
Shit, man.
I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen it.
Have you seen Dr. Sleep?
No, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Dr. Sleep is a movie I just recently learned was a thing. And it's Ethan Hawke as the kid from The Shining, all grown up.
Really?
Well, you can't watch it. Not until you watch The Shining.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
The Shinning.
The Shindig.
But anyway, you know how in New Japan, Will Ospreay bashed Kenny Omega's head through the table to the point there was a hole that was the shape of his head in the table, and then he just went, "Here's Johnny." You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I feel like they tried to recreate that on the top of the AEW Forbidden Door announcer table plastic thing, and all it did was give Kenny Omega a concussion.
Dude, that was so brutal, and I loved every second of it. Like, dude, like, yo, hands behind the back, basically, dude. He's like, boom, boom. Like, yo, that was sick. That's why I love
Kenny. They were going to be able to do it.
Yeah, no, they thought that they were going to do it, and it almost came out more brutal.
Yeah.
Because the fact that it didn't happen, it's like, yo, boom, boom, boom. Like, yo, I love Kenny Omega. The fact that he's willing to just take that. Like, you have to be crazy in your head to just have your hands to your side and just allow someone else to bash your head like that.
Well,
like,
basically
that's so
what you tell the guy is you say, hey, just put your hand on the back of my head, and I am going to shatter this piece of wood with my face.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and don't worry, I'm going to make it look dope. Like, this is how much I care about this. I'm going to
love wrestling.
Smash my... Kenny Omega really cares about wrestling.
I love wrestling so much. Kenny Omega makes me love wrestling so much.
I really love Jim Cornette.
Do you really?
I really do. I love listening to Jim Cornette. And he fucking hates Kenny Omega.
I know.
But I think I love Jim Cornette and Kenny Omega, dude.
Really? That's fair.
I think I disagree with Jim because I feel like Kenny... Like... The spot that they said was, hey, double underhook, drop me on my fucking neck.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to talk about. They did all this crazy, insane shit. Poison Ranas. Dragon can poison. Poison can dragon Ranas. One-winged fairies. One-winged angels. Everything up, down, sideways, and in between.
Yeah.
But then, and it was probably the fifth to last move of the match. Fucking Will Ospreay double underhooks Kenny Omega, picks him up, before I said a quarter. Dude, it was like 1/6. It was not a safe amount of momentum forward.
It was horrible.
And just dropped him knowingly and willingly right on his head. Larry Legend, who will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right back here on youtube.com/Blvd Bullies. He said, well, he's got huge traps, and he's got huge shoulders, and he's got massive neck muscles, and he tucked his chin. Prince.
He did... What are you going to say?
Just comment. Give me your take, please.
All right. He did tuck his chin, right? And, I've seen this a couple times where it's these things happen. Look, these things happen, right? But it's maybe Larry has a point. Maybe Larry does have a point because I don't take into consideration the neck muscles, the traps, the shoulders, this and that. It seems to me he's okay. I don't know, but at the same time, it's
Well, he was dramatically reaching for the belt.
Dude,
at the end.
you saw. Dude, he's like.
So he did technically have control of his arms,
Yeah.
even though he sold it
good.
like he was completely paralyzed.
Yeah, I loved it so much, but at the same time, I hated seeing it because Kenny's my boy. I don't want to see him die. You know what I'm saying?
It was so theatrical, though.
Yeah, so
because he like landed on his head and he like just stayed like that. He like kind of didn't move.
That's wrestling though, dude. Like wrestling's so cool like that. Like, dude, the other day I took a pile driver.
Yeah, but wrestling's cool until you're Stone Cold Steve Austin getting
until you're Stone Cold.
Destroyed by Owen Hart, you know?
Dude, I took a Stone Cold pile driver the other day. I landed right on my head, like didn't tuck in time. So freaking bad. It was so bad, dude.
See, this is not good. I don't recommend this for you or
no,
anybody.
but like literally, like the week after that, I took like 6 pile drivers after that, and like I was chilling.
You gotta push your hands up on the thighs. That's how you don't die on a pile driver, right?
Yeah, and you gotta tuck your neck as it's going down.
Oh
like,
my God, yeah.
Like your head is straight. Your head is straight as like beforehand, and then right when they go down, boom, you gotta tuck.
No,
but if you don't time it right, you're dying.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
It's horrible.
Get me out of
the
this
worst
place.
It's so bad, but I love it. Wrestling is great.
So then after Kenny Omega allowed Will Ospreay to try to murder him, then there was a 6-man tag match where they tried to murder Sting. Where Sting wanted to be murdered.
Yeah, Sting wanted to die as the Joker.
Joker Sting. So it was Sting, Darby Allin, and Naito versus Jericho, Guevara, and Suzuki.
So cool, though. Like, I just want to say, like, dude, like, a few years ago, like, who would have ever thought, like, that match would be happening? Like, go back to, like, 2018, dude. Early 2019. Imagine can you imagine seeing that match back then? Like, imagine someone brought that match up to you. You'd be like, nah, that would never happen. And then it happened. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I like about wrestling. It's like, so many things are like, they seem like they'll never happen. Like, certain people might never fight certain people and, like, all this craziness. But, like, with wrestling, it's like, dude, these things can legitimately happen. Like, anything's possible.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, and Bryan Danielson, every match that Bryan Danielson has kind of feels that way. Like when he fought Omega, when he fought MJF, it's like, wow, I can't believe that fucking Bryan Danielson is in AEW, like, doing these. And, you know, I actually kind of feel that way about Cody Rhodes, too. It's like, wow.
Yeah, me too.
I can't believe that Cody Rhodes is, like, the hero of WWE. Like, he's, like, the coolest.
Literally, like,
Yo, and I love him, too. You know, and it's like in AEW, he was the fucking lamest.
Dude, he was so fucking lame.
And he's still like lame. He's still the same
cool.
guy. But when he's in WWE, it's just like, yo, this is so dope. I can't believe how dope this is.
Last time I felt like that was with the Hardys, because they had, like, you know, when they were in TNA, like 2016, and then they went to WWE, went to Ring of Honor, this and that, House of Glory. They were on, like, the whole Expedition of Gold, and I was just like, yo, dude, like, they actually, like, did exactly what they were saying that they were, like, the whole storyline from TNA, the only way it was going to be completed was if they went to WWE, if they went to Ring of Honor, House of Glory. It's so, that's so cool.
And that 2017, like, New Day introducing them to the ladder match.
Oh my God.
Where the night before they had just wrestled the Young Bucks in a ladder match.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then they won, and they were just like back. Yeah, that's like kind of the same vibe.
I'll never forget that. Like, I remember my boy was like, I was with one of my friends watching WrestleMania the other day. He was like, oh, it's gonna be the Hardys. I'm like, yo, shut up, dude. This is not gonna be the Hardys. They were literally just wrestling the Young Bucks last night. And then I heard that music. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'll never forget that. That was insane.
You were 10 years old when that happened.
Yeah, I was actually 6.
Wow, he was 6 years old. You were hanging out with your friend, just Stewie Griffin and a guy with a huge afro.
Yeah, basically, literally. Yeah.
So then the end was Okada versus Danielson. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say that besides the entrances and just like the intrinsic value of it, my body and my soul and my emotions were completely spent after Ospreay Omega. Not that I even wanted that to happen. And Side note, we didn't forget to mention that they tried to murder Sting in the next match. So
we didn't mention it, yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Omega tries to die. They try to murder Sting, and now it's Okada versus Danielson. And they didn't try to murder each other as much as Ospreay and Omega did.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was kind of like, besides the entrances, I was kind of about it. I think I was like kind of wiped out. I was kind of tired.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it shouldn't have been the main event. I honestly think Ospreay and Omega should have been the main event. I mean, I guess they didn't make it the main event because Kenny was losing in Canada. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like that, like after the Ospreay Omega match, I was kind of done. Like I could have went to bed at that point.
It kind of took all of your, and it wasn't even like a match that stole the show and made you thirsty for more. Like especially when he got dropped on his head, I was like done. And when they played the replay of it, like they replayed it like it was just a normal move.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just like, oh no, like no.
At that point, I'm just like, dude, I need a break. I need a chill. I need an intermission. give me a GCW intermission. Like,
right.
I'm not ready to go straight to a 6-man tag.
Right, with Sting.
Or whatever, with Sting, with dying.
And now Sting is like taking like weird, crazy table bumps.
Yeah, exactly. Like
he looks like he's not breathing. And you think about the Seth Rollins match, and it's like, it's just everything's getting like, it's like, oh, can Kenny Omega walk?
Exactly. Like, that's all I'm thinking. Like everything's a blur after the Kenny match.
Yeah,
like it's like, damn, dude. Like, come on. Like that should have been the main event. Like that's shout out to them though, because they're really good wrestlers. For them to go that hard to make it to like get to a point for like fans that they're like, oh, I need a breather after that. Like that's real. That's wrestling, dude. Like that's so cool. You know what I mean? Like hell yeah. I love the both of them. I've loved the both of them for years. Well,
the video package was the best part. The video package was better than the match. Yeah.
So cool. Like video packages go such a long way.
You could say that for a lot of things, though. You could say that for a lot of things, like the video package is better than the match.
You could say that for a lot of things. Not gonna lie.
But you know what? Honestly, when I watch those Bloodline packages, and then there's like a match. The match usually backs it up. So I got to give props to that.
Nah, and you're right.
But like, can you say that for Okada versus Danielson? The Kenny Omega Ospreay package was backed up by them absolutely murdering each other for like 40 minutes.
I agree with that.
Was Okada Danielson really better than its video package?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if it was like in the middle of the card, like maybe if it was Okada Omega, and then like the giant match with Sting, and then if it was Danielson and Okada, and then it was like the giant match with Sting, and then it was Omega.
You can't finish the show with anything other than Okada Danielson. That is like the biggest dream match. And at the end,
I get it. Like everyone's like going so hard for it, but like me personally, I'm just like, all right, I don't know. I don't get. I already explained that I really never got the hyper.
There's like no stakes. It's just really like an exhibition.
Exactly. There's nothing on the line.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, best wrestler in the world. But you've already said, give me top 3: Danielson, Okada, Omega. Where does it all lie? Everyone's saying Danielson's the best.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so at all. Like, I think he's a really good wrestler, but, like, I don't think he's the best in the world. Like, there's a lot of factors that come into it. Like, look, microphone presence.
Social media.
So, dude, for sure, yeah, social media, like, your actual moveset, like, the way you are, like, how you look. Like there's so many different things, and I don't think he's the best.
So it's got to be Roman, then, right now.
I mean, I put Roman up there. I mean, the thing with Roman is, like, he has very classic slow matches. But the thing is with Roman, he makes every little thing mean something in a match. So I'm like, hell yeah. Like, he's doing wrestling but like by the book the right way. Like it's a beautiful. Mwah,
Yeah,
it's
but he's
beautiful.
also giving you like Sopranos level in comparison to regular wrestling drama. Roman is giving you like
No, the drama.
Sopranos level wrestling drama.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. 1,000%. And then the matches are like really good. Like.
And they do the
straight
matches do justice to
Yeah.
the 4 or 5 weeks of just promos.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they
exactly.
do live up to it.
They do live up. That's why I put Roman up there. I'm putting Roman, Seth, Omega.
Yeah, Seth,
Like,
Seth is a good choice too.
Dude, Seth is Seth is actually so freaking good.
Yeah.
Seth is really freaking good.
Love
And
Roman. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Seth versus Roman, I'm waiting for that. But I mean, no way that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? While they both have the titles, no way. But yeah, and then like Omega is just, dude, Omega is on another level. Like I've always loved Omega, and I will never not love him. And it's like everything that he even does outside the ring, like we talked about with the video
And
games.
most
just
importantly,
like,
he made a video game for us.
exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He went in there and he talked to this whole team of coders and developers, and he was like, "Hey, I want a game that's like great, like Mario Party, but also like WWE No Mercy." And they're like, "Well, Kenny, we only have this much money." And Kenny went, "Well, you know what? Give me 1 second." He got on his phone and he was like, "Tony, listen to me. We need $50 million more to make a great wrestling video game." Kenny, Tony, it's me, Kenny. You know, I just want to tell you that, do you want to just make a wrestling game, or do you want to make the best wrestling game ever? Give me $75 million more.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, well, now that you have the money," the developers, they were like, "Hey, now that you have the money, this is going to take like 3 more years." And he goes, Kenny Omega goes, "You know what? Get to work. Because when you are ready to release this game, I will appear in a video with my shirt off.
Yeah.
And I will say, 'Hello, how are you? I really cared about making this game, and it's going to be available at the end of this month.' Flex his pecs. Just a guy with jeans with no shirt on telling you that a wrestling game is going to be dope because he made his boss and everybody else involved miserable until his vision was met."
Right.
So now we're going to have barbed wire, baseball bat, softball, Mario Party video games. And Kenny Omega would not rest until every thumbtack that your character was slammed into appears on the back of that said character.
Dude, exactly. And that's what I freaking love, dude. That's what I love about Kenny Omega. Like, hell yeah, that's all I ever want. He cares so much. He cares so much. He said, "Hey,
dude, you know what, Will Ospreay? For the 6th or 7th to last move of this match, why don't you get me double underhook, pick me up, and drop me on my head like that one Japanese match in 1991 where the guy got paralyzed?
Yeah.
I want to take that bump."
That's exactly what he said. And he's so cool. I love him. He is that guy. He's the dude. Like, it's so cool. I really can't wait for the new AEW game. God, dude, I can't wait. If I am able to get it, if I'm able to pre-order it, dude, we should stream that shit.
I mean, you should
play
probably
online.
Get on that, because tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing a 2-hour show on this very channel featuring Larry Legend.
Love him.
Featuring Ringside Sean. Featuring Brian
yeah.
Bad Take Ginsburg.
Hell
Featuring Schlack.
Fucking Schlack is awesome. Hell yeah.
And featuring a man from the jungle, Tarzan Man.
Nice.
And that's from 7 to 9. But guess what? Because I spent my lira, because I spent my money on this pre-order, I get 24-hour early access to the game.
Right.
So instead of midnight of the 29th, I get it midnight of the 28th, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Oh my God, it is tomorrow.
Look at us go.
Dude, so sick. So sick. Like, I really, like, I haven't been this excited for a wrestling game since, like, SVR, like whatever SmackDown versus Raw.
I'm excited too because it's almost like somebody else is doing a Madden game. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like there's now going to be another football game where the person who made it loves football video games instead of just the machine Madden. And listen, 2K23 is good.
Yeah, it's a great game. I enjoy it. But,
I enjoy it very much.
It's the same thing as 22.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's the same. Like, it's really fun. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun game. It looks cool. It's awesome. But like, it really is just the same thing as 22. If I'm gonna be honest, the last 2K game that really had me like hook was 14. 14 had every.
Is that
single
the one
WrestleMania.
where you could play as Stone Cold?
No, that was when they basically did the showcase mode where it was every WrestleMania up to WrestleMania 30, and you got every single WrestleMania arena. You got all the classic like wrestlers and everything. And then like besides that, I mean, 2K18, I really did enjoy that. That was the last one that I really enjoyed. But 2K14, dude, that game was everything, dude. Like the gameplay was awesome. It was like a great mix of arcade and simulation. The showcase mode was awesome. You got to go from WrestleMania 1 to WrestleMania like 29. You got all the WrestleMania arenas. It was so cool. And I miss being hype about wrestling games. And
you don't know. You don't know anything. You don't know shit. That game.
I do.
The game that you said was your favorite.
Dude, 14. No, 14 is not my favorite, but it's the last one that I was hyped for.
No, and let me tell you something else.
My favorite. No. Wait. My favorite wrestling game. I have two. SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, and SVR 07. Those are my two favorite wrestling games.
Well, those are the two worst wrestling games.
Hell no.
Get
the hell out of here.
All right, you goddamn 9/11 baby. All right,
whatever. No Mercy.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? I am ordering a special N64 controller to plug into my PS4 because Kenny Omega promised me that it was going to be the most like No Mercy that you've ever seen in your entire life, and I believe Kenny Omega because he let Will Ospreay just drop him right on his goddamn head for no reason.
He did do that.
Didn't need it. Didn't need to do it.
Didn't need it. Not at all.
Match was great.
Didn't need it at all. Like, I don't even know if that was a mistake or on purpose, but it didn't need to happen.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been an exclusive Blvd Bullies bonus episode of myself, PK, from the BLVD, and Prince, the young boy, Havoc.
Hey.
Just fresh out of the womb.
I am fresh.
Out of the womb.
Really slimy.
And he said, hey, you know what? I've already downloaded Skype. Let's talk. And that's exactly what we've done. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. And you know what? I could go another 2 hours. But we're going to just save it. We're just going to save it.
All right.
And guys, I just want you to get acquainted with Phil. Because he is the best. Phil, final thoughts. Jerry Springer, final thoughts.
If you're in a relationship and someone else cheats, I think you could make the decision to work it out or leave them. And it really depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, everyone's situation is different. And if you feel like it's someone that you're meant to be with, you should try to work it out. And if not, you should leave them and find someone else that is better for you.
Wow. Well, I was just going to say to everyone watching the show, I love you so much.
That too.
And to anybody who I have burnt a bridge with, please do yourself a favor and die slow. And until next time, for Prince Havoc, this has been Blvd Bullies, AEW something.
I'm so crazed for you burn in hell forever.
Boulevard. Boulevard.